Hi, my name is Paul Grogan. Welcome to the tutorial and playthrough video for World Order. In this video, 4 of us got together to play a full game of it. This video has been created for the Kickstarter campaign which goes live very soon. There is a link to it in the description of this video. And I hope we help you make a decision about whether it's the kind of game that you would like to buy. A big thank you to the publisher for sponsoring this video, but I also rely on the financial support of my Patreon campaign to keep the channel going. So if you are in a position to be able to support me directly, please visit patreon.com/gaming rules. And now, on to the playthrough. Okay, so here we are, ready to play a 4-player game of World Order. Rob's joining me.
Hello.
And Marcus.
Hello.
And Pete.
Hi.
We have played a practice game in the afternoon, so we are all ready and raring to go. The way we're going to do this is we are going to be explaining some of the rules up front, but then we'll start playing and we'll explain the majority of the rules as we go along. A few caveats before we start. This game is not out yet. This is a prototype copy of the game. It's a very good quality prototype copy, but the game is not finished. The game is not out yet. This is a pre-production prototype copy of the game. The rules that we're playing with today are version 0.3.4 of the rulebook. I've been told that the rules are finished, but you know what these pesky designers are like? I can't guarantee 100% that when you get this game, the rules will be exactly the same as what we're playing today. They might be, I don't know. But what I will promise you is that if there are any rules changes between this video and the actual game coming out, check the description of this video and I will list any changes there so that you can be watching this in a year or two's time and hopefully it will still be okay. The other thing is that live playthroughs, sometimes we might make a play mistake. Even though we know the rules, we might forget something. We are actually live streaming this to the publisher and my Patreon supporters. We are going to be keeping an eye on the chat, which won't be there in the final video. But if we do make any mistakes and you are watching us live, please let us know and we'll try and pick up those mistakes along the way. Right, so that said, it's 2010. We've got 4 global superpowers that are all vying for influence over the world. What we're trying to do is we're trying to score victory points. We're going to be playing the game over 6 rounds. The victory points are tracked around the outside of the board. You will see that we already have some victory points. We'll go into why later on. But the main scoring comes in rounds at the end of round 3 and at the end of round 6. This is an area control game for 2 to 4 players. We are playing with the full player complement today. And the cubes that we're going to be placing in the regions on the board, that is what's going to score at the end of rounds 3 and 6. We'll explain that more when we get there. But just so you know, one of the main aims of the game is to get cubes into these regions because that's going to score you lots of points. There's other ways you can score points as well. But yeah, rounds 3 and 6 is the main way that you do it. It is a card-driven game. At the start of each round, you're going to have 6 cards in your hand. Each of the countries, China, Russia, European Union, and United States of America, we have a deck of 12 cards that is unique to us. Now, there are cards in there that are similar, but the composition of the cards in this deck is unique to China. And you will start with 6 cards, and you'll have 6 cards in the round. You will play 4 of those in a series of action turns, and then you will have a research turn using your 2 remaining cards to buy new cards, which will go into your deck. There is a deck building element to this game. There's also an aftermath phase at the end of this round where we do a little bit of admin, cleanup and stuff like that. But essentially, that's a very, very high overview of how the game plays. So, to start with, victory points. And the reason why the players have 5, 6 and 7 victory points at the start of the game is these special cards. So each of us has 5 of these special cards that is unique to us. And what you do is you shuffle them and you pick 2 at random at the start of the game. I've got the Belt and Road Initiative and Rapid Industrialization. Now, each of these has a victory point value printed on them. That is how many victory points you start with. So my starting victory points is 7. You 2 start with 6 and you start with 5. These cards, for what we understand, these are one-use cards only. We don't believe there's a way that you can get these cards back. Again, apologies if there is, but I don't think there is. And at the start of the game, the initial turn order is decided based on the starting victory point. So the player with the least victory points, i.e. Russia, who is currently losing, you get to choose where you want to go in turn order. Now, in a lot of games, going first is generally a good thing. But we found from our limited experience with this game that it isn't quite as easy as that. Going first will get you first choice on certain things that come out, but because we're going to be taking our actions in player order, if you go last, then you will be able to react to anything else that somebody might do. For example. So Pete, where would you like to go in turn order?
I will go first.
Okay. Now, it's between you two for second, and it's actually the player with the least starting money that chooses first. So each nation or each country, whatever, has a particular amount of starting money, which is printed on the player board. You've got...
I got 25,
right,
and America's got 30.
So you get to choose where you want to go first.
The European Union will go second.
Okay. The US will go fourth.
Okay. And I will choose myself to go third.
That was your own choice.
That was my own choice.
I had
complete freedom.
No one made him do that.
Complete freedom.
Right, so the game's divided into 6 rounds, as I've mentioned. Each round is actually split into 3 phases. There is a preparation phase, there is an action phase, and then there's the aftermath phase. In the first round of the game, we skip the preparation phase. So I'm not going to mention what happens in detail in the preparation phase, but I will very briefly mention that's what you produce. So the stuff on your board produces. And if we just have a quick look at my player board here, let's just explain this before we dive in. So all of the boards are asymmetric. We all have the same things on there, but we have different starting values. You notice that some of these spaces are in red. That is where the cube starts. And what we have is we have 7 different resources in the game. We have primary resources, which are energy, raw materials, and we have food. And these cubes track the amount of production. So whenever I produce, which happens in the production phase at the start of each round, except for the first round, I'm going to gain 1 energy, I'm going to gain 3 raw materials, and I'm going to gain 3 food. Now, those are tracked on this resource tracker here. So I start the game with them on here. But if I was to produce right now, for example, I would gain 1 energy, I would gain 3 raw materials, and I would gain 3 food. That's how production works of the raw materials. The secondary resources, which are down here, we have consumer goods, which is represented by the blue mobile phone. We have services, represented by the purple briefcase. We have diplomacy, represented by the green flags. And we have armies, represented by the tanks. Now, you'll notice that the tanks are not on this track here. That's because the tanks that you have are kept at the top of your board. But the way that production works of these, and you'll see this more later on, is you don't just get that. So if I produce consumer goods now, I don't just gain 4. What I have to do is I actually have to spend these primary resources in order to produce them. So this cube here actually shows the limit of how many I could produce if I was to spend the appropriate resources. Also on this board, I'll just quickly mention it, is this prosperity marker. At the end of each round, you do have the option of spending consumer goods to move this marker to the right. Doing so is going to get you points and money. And it's something that you want to do if you can, but it is going to cost you consumer goods at the end of each round to move that track up. So very quick whistle-stop tour of the player board. But because we skipped the preparation phase in the first round of the game, we basically have the action phase. So in the action phase, each of us has 6 cards in hand from our deck of 12 cards. What you do is you shuffle that deck of 12 cards and you draw 6 of them at the start of the game. Now, some of those cards have got little triangles next to the name. If this is your first game or your second game, it is recommended that you start, rather than shuffling the deck and just drawing 6, that you start with the cards with the little triangle next to them. It gives you a little bit of a more balanced introduction to the game. Because
what we're doing now.
That's what we're doing now.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's what we're doing now. So the Russian Federation is the first player. And what Pete's going to do is he's going to choose 1 card from his hand and he's going to play it on the table. Now, when you play a card, you can either play it face up and then you do exactly what's printed on the card, or you play it face down and you have 2 options if you play it face down. Your first option is to just skip your turn and gain 10 money. The second option, am I cheating? Thank you very much. The second option is that you can activate, these 2 special cards that I mentioned earlier on? Well, if you play one of your action cards, you play it face down, you get to activate one of these special cards instead, and then that card is flipped face down. You can't do it. So yeah, these are special once per game, we think once per game abilities, but you have to play an action card face down in order to do that. So, Pete, we're not going to explain the actions beforehand. We're going to explain them as players take their turns. What would you like to do?
Good question.
Concede. Action 1,
I understand. It's intimidating.
give up your land to China.
I think what I'm going to do is play growth strategy.
Okay.
Get a growth card.
Right. Before you do that, I'll just explain how this works. So Peter has played a blue card. The blue cards are all about domestic stuff, doing things at home, not really interacting with the board or the map or anything else. And there's two main uses of the blue actions. One of them is to gain a growth card, and the other one is to produce resources. So Pete's going to gain a growth card. So what I'll do is I'll press this button here, and we'll explain the growth cards. So these are the growth cards, and you'll see that they're divided. We have level 1 cards, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. The first time that you take the growth action in the game, you have to take a level 1 card. The cost of taking it is printed on the left-hand side. The next time in the game that you take a growth action is you must take a level 2 card. And then the next time you take a level 3, and then a level 4, and then a level 5. You'll see that each of them is worth a certain number of victory points, which you get immediately upon taking the card. And, except for the last ones, each one has a special ability. So, Pete, you can either have Industrial Development or Diplomatic Initiative. Which one of those would you like?
I will have industrial development.
So you have to spend 1 services and 10 money.
So that's one of those.
Yeah.
And 10 of those. And take that.
We do need to keep your money on camera.
Yep. And I'll put that.
Drop it up here for now.
Yep.
So you immediately get 2 points.
1, 2.
And what it says is you increase 2 of your productions by 1. So we've seen my player board. You've seen those cubes. Pete can basically choose 2 of his cubes and move it 1 space to the right.
So base production 1 materials, I don't have to pay anything else. But if I wanted to improve any of these, I would have to pay money or
No.
other resources.
Nope. Right now with this,
You just
it is just increase 2 of your productions by 1.
Remembering that the base productions produce for free when they produce. The other
Yeah.
ones you have to convert to produce.
but if I increase these productions,
Yeah.
I say it's not.
Yeah,
okay.
the paying a cost is
Yeah.
only as part of the
Okay.
focus action at
Yeah.
the beginning of the turn.
Okay.
So what do you
In
want
that
to
case, I'll have one of those,
Okay.
and I think I'll have one of those.
Right.
He's starting already. Right,
Yeah,
that's it.
he's starting already.
I'm watching that tank production
clear
move up.
provocation.
Okay.
I'm watching it.
They're just peace machines. They bring ice cream to your children.
I don't like this twisting of the narrative.
You
already.
kick off and they'll be in pieces machines.
And that's it. That's the first card played. That's the first action taken in the game. We now go over to Marcus, of
Hello.
the European Union.
I am going to be doing some foreign direct investments.
Okay, so the yellowy orange cards, there's 2 main things that you can do with them. What was the first one? Investing is one of them. Oh, trading. That's
Trading
it.
is
Trading,
one, yeah.
which is where you can buy and sell resources with either the countries that you're allied with or the other players. The other option for the orange ones, which is economic actions, is you invest in a country. So we talked about placing cubes on the board, and that's the main aim of this game. There's 3 main ways of placing cubes on the board: through diplomacy, through economy, and through presence of military bases. And what Marcus is doing is he's exerting his economic influence and he's investing in an allied country. Now, I'll just show you my player board because these are my allied countries. At the start of the game, each player will have 4 countries which are allied to them. You can see there's a flag on there. Countries have a wealth of information on them. They each have a value in the top left. The amount of money below that is how much it will cost to invest in that country, which is what Marcus is about to do. Whether it can have a military base or not, so you can see these 3 cards, I can build a military base in these locations, but I cannot here. And what's here is what resources they will export, what I can export to, and in this case, what I can import from. So, for example, as China, whenever I export consumer goods, I can export them to this place and here. If I want to export armies, I can export armies and energy to Pakistan. I can import consumer goods from Pakistan. So anyway, what Marcus is doing is he's choosing the invest action. So what he's going to do is he's going to pay the cost printed below the value to the bank. So which country are you going to invest in?
So I'm going to invest into Jordan. I believe in them.
Right.
They need good infrastructure.
Because you're 10 money.
10
In
money.
fact, you've got your own pile of money over there.
Surely.
That's fine. I'll take the 10 money. That exhausts the card. So it flips the card over. Now, there are certain things that you can only do if the card is ready, and one of them is investing in it. And then what you do is you take an FDI token and you place it above the country to show that you've invested in it. What that's going to do is that's going to generate 3 money at the end of each round. But more importantly, it's going to get a cube in the region. So Jordan is from the Middle East stroke North Africa, which means Marcus is going to get to add a cube to this area here. Now, let's talk about cubes, because what we have is we have an area above the dotted line and an area below the dotted line. Above the dotted line is permanent. So if you place a cube in here, it stays there for the rest of the game. The number 1 means that you will gain 1 victory point for placing a cube on that space. So why wouldn't you just place it on this space here, which is worth 5 points? Well, 2 reasons. The first reason is this area here is temporary influence. Once it's filled up, the next player to place a cube in here will actually kick out the player on the left-hand side. So you'll get 5 points for going on there, but you can't guarantee that that's still going to be there at the end of the game. The other reason for filling up the top area is that when we get to scoring, which if you remember only happens at the end of rounds 3 and 6, the area will only score if the top area is full. So even if everybody goes down here and fills up this bottom area, it will not score unless the top area is full. So it's an interesting decision about which one you go for. Marcus, which one are you going to go for?
I am going to permanently invest.
Okay. So
Take 1 point.
You get 1 point for doing that. Now you'll notice that there are some cubes on the board at the start of the game. They are colour-coded. So in Middle East, North Africa, we have Europe already in there at the start of the game. We have America. The black cube represents a dummy extra player. So even in a 4-player game, you have this extra player that's in there. And that's because when we do the scoring, there is, I mentioned at the start, this is an area majority game. There's going to be points allocated to the player with the most cubes, second most cubes, third most cubes, etc., etc. I will need to look up in the rulebook what happens if there's a tie between the neutral player and us. I will look that up when we get to it. So that's it. You invested in the country, you played the card, you've put the FDI token on, you spent your 10 money, and you've gained a cube in there.
Sure have.
And that is that card done.
That's
Right,
nice.
next is me. So what am I going to do? Well, I think I'm going to improve my relations with a country on the board.
Ah.
So to do that, I play the New Allies card, which allows me to, let's just pop that there, improve relations with the country on the board. So you'll notice that we have cards on the board. There is a deck of cards for each region, and then we've taken the top card of each deck and put it next to it. So there are 2 cards for each region visible. And what I do is I choose which one of these countries that I want to improve my relations with, and it costs an amount of diplomacy equal to the value. The value of a country is either 1, 2, or 3. It's printed in the top left. And it will cost me that amount of diplomacy. But I can reduce that cost if I exhaust a country which is in the same region. So for example, we have Pakistan. Pakistan is here. Pakistan has a value of 3. It will cost me all of my diplomacy to become friends with Pakistan. In fact, I am already friends with Pakistan. There is a rule about what happens if you take the same card twice. But what you can do is you can actually exhaust a card or one or more cards from the same region, flip them over, and use that as bonus diplomacy, effectively. So if I wanted to flip this card over, that would count as 2 of the 3 influence I need. Now, the question is, do I want to take that with a Pakistan card?
Do you?
I don't.
Do you?
I don't. There is one more thing to mention. Some of these cards, and in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom in a little bit on here. I might need to move the camera around a bit. If you look carefully, you will see on the Cuba card, there is an icon in the top right. That is the American flag with a cross through it. That means that America cannot improve their relations with this card. So this is the world as it is in 2010.
Shocker.
Yeah, shocker. Some things are probably still like that now. But actually, that's what I'm going to do. I am going to improve my relations with Cuba. So it's a 1 value card. It costs me 1 diplomacy. I don't have any other countries in the Americas, so I can't exhaust them to reduce the cost. So I'm just going to spend my 1, take the card, and I am now friends with Cuba. That's it. That is the action done. It's a very simple action. You spend diplomacy, you take the card, And if you take it from a space here, you do not replace it. That will only happen at the start of each of the rounds. That's my go done.
Okay.
Over to America.
Here. America. I am also playing the New Allies Improve Relations.
Improve
with Russia on
Relations.
the board card.
So we've seen how that works.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
So I think my buddies here in Turkey would
So
very
they're
much like
value
to
3.
But fortunately, I have friends in Iraq who are going to put in a good word with me.
Okay.
So I only have to pay 2.
Okay. So Iraq is a value 1 card. Rob has exhausted it to give him a discount on the diplomacy cost.
Yep, and we now can see the next one available will be
Qatar.
Qatar. Who also has a desperate desire for consumer goods.
Yes.
It produces oil.
Okay. So first turn is done. We're back to Russia for your second turn. Remember, we do this 4 times, and then we have a research step where we get to take new cards.
Well, I'm going to trade.
Oh, right. Trading is one of those actions which can take a little bit longer. So when you trade, and let's just have a look at my... Everybody has a trade policy card. I pressed the wrong button. There you go. Everybody has a trade policy card which lists the number of exports that you can do and the number of imports that you can do. For each player, it is 2. For China, it is 3. Now, every time you export, you choose one type of good, and then you can export it to as many symbols as you can see. So, for example, if I chose to export consumer goods, there's a consumer good there, there's a consumer good there, which means I can export 2 consumer goods, in other words, sell them for money, and thematically, I'm selling them to there and there. This, with the arrow pointing towards me, that is import, that is not export. So if I chose consumer goods, I could sell them to those 2 places. If I chose food, I could only sell 1 food to here. If I chose energy, I could only sell 1 to here. If I chose armies, I could only sell 1 to here, etc., etc. Import is a little different, because with imports, what you can do is you can actually import from your allied countries. So, for example, I could say I'm going to import consumer goods, and I would be importing 1 consumer good from Pakistan. And just a quick note, you cannot import and export the same resource on the same turn. But also, with an import, you can import from the other players. So each player's trade policy card will tell you what you can import from the other player. So as China, I can import services from America. I can import consumer goods and services from the European Union. I can import either 2 energy or 2 raw materials from Russia. Now, there's more rules to tell you about that, but I will explain it in full when it happens, which might be very soon. So, Pete, you've got 2 imports and 2 exports. What would you like to do?
I'm going to sell a tank to India.
Okay, so you're going to choose armies as your first thing that you're exporting. Now, each player has a player aid, and the export gain for a tank is 20 money.
So I get
So there you
20
go.
money.
Yep.
And I'm also going to sell raw materials.
Raw materials. So you've got 2 cards with raw materials on, so you could sell 2 raw materials.
But my trade card is special.
Oh,
I may count either
energy.
energy or raw material symbols twice. So I'm going to count the raw
Oh.
materials twice.
So you could sell 4.
I'm going to sell 4.
And exporting raw materials gets you 5 money each, so that's 20 money. You're
Nice.
basically selling everything and going home. I'm going to buy a pool.
So that's 2
That's
selling
your exports.
actions, 2 exports. I've now got 2 import actions. I'm going to import trade goods,
Services.
services.
Services. So
Little
services
purple
is the resource you're choosing. You can get services from India. So the cost of importing services is 10.
Also
So-
get services from
Yes.
the US and from the European Union.
So at the same time that Pete is importing services from India, he can also, if he wants to, import from other players according to his trade policy card. Do you want to do that?
Not immediately.
Okay.
But what I will then do is my second import is going to be of technology,
Consumer goods.
consumer goods.
So you've got no allied countries that will sell to you, but you can get from other players.
I can get them from China and I can get them from the European Union.
Yes, I mean mine are far better quality.
Yeah, of course.
Just, you know.
If you don't mind having a couple of the official like letters the other way
Oh,
around.
yeah.
But that's
No,
fine. That's okay.
We
It's
do
still-
that just for fun.
Yeah, fine.
So I think I will have.
If you're on an Apple phone,
Apple.
Apple
Paul's got
phone.
20, Marcus got 15.
Well, we haven't squabbled at all in the
No,
past.
no.
I,
That's a previous time. That's
I will buy them from you.
that's an alternative 2010.
So importing consumer goods costs 10. So you're buying some consumer goods from Marcus, and are you buying one from me at the same time?
Share love.
Well, I think not.
Okay.
But because I've
One
traded,
thing-
because
Yeah, hang on.
I've bought,
Hang on.
One thing.
So, what happens when you trade with another player? You will notice that I have 2 of these cards. These are like trading cards, and they start off face up. And when you trade with another player, or when you import from another player, if they have one of these cards, it kind of thematically represents spare goods that aren't stored here.
Trading
They're
stuff.
just kind of there. They're for exporting only, not to be used at home. What you do is you flip one of them over. So Marcus has 2 of those cards. He flips one of them over. Now, once both of the cards are flipped over, you can still trade with that player, but it actually comes from their resources on their board, and they can't say no. So you've got to be aware of that, is that other people could potentially buy these resources from you, and you can't actually say no. Now, at the end of the trading action, as long as Pete did any kind of import from one or more other players, he gains a diplomacy. So even if he'd have bought from Marcus and me and Rob in the same turn, he would have still only gained 1 diplomacy. And I think that's it. I think that's the
end of my turn.
action done. You've played the card. Back to you.
Thank you. Quick question
Yes.
for my turn. You said about if you make a pact with a country you already get,
Yes.
it will go on top. What
Yes.
happens if the bottom one is
Exhausted. That's a good
Exhausted.
question. That's a good
does it
question.
come on refresh or does it come on
That's a good question.
resources?
This is one of those things, again, we're working off a prototype rulebook at the moment.
Yeah. Sorry to slow things
No,
down.
no,
but
it's good. The rulebook says that if you improve relations in a country which you already have in front of you,
yeah.
in other words, one of your 4 starting ones, place the new card face up on top of the previous ones.
Great.
So its position is irrelevant. If
Yeah.
you take Jordan,
The new
Jordan
one
card
goes
Yeah,
face up.
and then I can choose to.
That's what it
is face
says.
down.
Perfect.
The next thing.
Yeah.
So in that case, I'm going to improve some relations. I am, though, going to give some humanitarian aid, Jordan.
Okay.
So,
So it's an improved relations, but with a special extra bit of...
yes. So improve relations with a country on the board. For every 4 that you spend, reduce the diplomacy cost by 1.
Okay, so you can spend
So,
money to reduce
yeah.
the diplomacy
I'm
cost.
going to spend 4 money, trade out 5 for 1, to make some friends with Jordan.
Oh, to get it for free?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
He reduces it by 1.
Yeah, so you've improved
So-
your relationship with Jordan. Now, you already had a relationship with Jordan, so we go to this special rule. What happens is if you improve your relations with a country that you already have relations with, then you get both of the icons on the card. You offset the new card so you see both of the icons, but you may immediately exhaust the country to add influence into that region.
Which I'm going to do.
Wow. And that is, as far as we can understand, that is the 4th way of adding cubes onto the board. I mean, I did say the aim of the game was to add cubes onto the board, and Marcus is doing exactly that.
Yeah, but
I think that's cheating.
yeah, it is. I'm sorry. Absolute cheat.
Okay, right. That shall go done.
So I'll go with that.
That shall go done. Right, my
I've
go.
given humanitarian aid.
Well, I had a plan.
You can keep to that
But,
plan.
I'm not sure. I might, but the card that I want is not in my hand at the moment. So, I know I want to do that, and I think I want to do that. So I'm going to invest in an allied country, but it's a special card. I gain a diplomacy afterwards. So I'm going to invest in an allied country. So which of these countries do I want to invest in? Let's invest in... Have I got anything in... I don't have anything in the Middle East, North Africa, because that's going to be scoring quite soon, I think. I think I'm going to invest in the Democratic Republic of Congo. So it cost me 10 money. I'm going to flip the card over. I'm going to exhaust it. I'm going to place an FDI marker above it. And I'm going to place a cube in Africa. So, where do we want to go? Do we want permanent? Yes. Because it's a small area, I think I'm going to go there and I'm going to get myself a point. What I might do is I might just keep them offset like that. Just so people can see. And then again in diplomacy. That's me done.
Okay. I'm going to do another improve relations with the country on the board, new allies. And I'm going to spend 2 influence.
Diplomacy.
To diplomatize Qatar.
Qatar.
We'll jump in alongside Iraq and Turkey as part of the Middle East. Because I can import oil from them, as well as also they'll buy my consumer goods. I buy bulk from bulk. And that is me done. Nice simple turn.
Back to the Russian Federation. Third action.
Oh, well, what I was hoping would happen has happened. I'm going to improve relations with Libya.
Okay.
And so I take that card.
Because you
It
won
costs me
diplomacy.
1 diplomacy, the one that I got.
Unless
just
you
now.
wanted to exhaust.
I don't think
Syria.
I will, actually.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to just hang on to that point for now.
Now, for some bizarre reason, Iran has come out and it doesn't want to ally with the US.
I wonder why.
I don't
yeah,
know.
I can't imagine. Yeah.
And that's my go.
Yep, you've just improved relations. Okay. Marcus.
That's so silly not to take it. No, it's there. It's very good. Yeah, so I'm going to improve some relations. So I'm going to spend 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. To become friends with Iran.
Yep.
It's all happening in the Middle East.
They'll make friends with you.
That's 3 diplomacy for Iran.
Don't give me the time of day.
Okay. Right. So, I think I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to play my trade card. So I can export 3 things. I can import 3 things, but I'm probably not going to. I've probably got not enough to do. The first thing I'm going to do is I am going to export consumer goods. So Tajikistan and Laos, they will take 1 each. So that's 2 of those. And how much are those worth? 50.
15 when you sell.
Right, so that's 30 money. That's 1 export done. Second thing I'm going to export is food. Now, food, I only get 5 for it, but that's fine. Yeah, we'll export 1 food to here. So even if the card is exhausted, you can still export to it. So that's 5. And do I want to export that tank as well? Yeah, I do. I'm going to sell a tank to Pakistan, which is 20. Right. Then I've got 3 imports. So I'm going to import consumer goods. So Pakistan will sell me 1 lot of consumer goods, which is going to cost me 10. I can also get consumer goods from the EU.
Hello.
Could I buy some consumer goods from you?
Of course you can, sir. Very good.
Here's 10 money.
Thank you. Very nice.
So again,
of you.
that comes from a card. So my consumer goods goes up by...
Hey.
Oh,
Take
hang
your
on.
business
No, I'm
no.
cheating.
Did you?
I exported consumer goods.
So you cannot.
I cannot
goods.
buy consumer goods. The thing that I said you can't do.
Yeah.
Basically, to stop people doing that exact same
To stop
thing.
people
Yeah.
doing the exact same thing. So I get that back. I
You
get that.
can get briefcases off me though if you want to.
I have much shinier ones. They're American.
I don't need to in any way highlight the quality of my services.
I think I'll have both. Yeah, let's do it. Let's have one of your briefcases.
Yeah.
So some services from the EU and some services from there. So
America.
that goes up by 2.
Again, pleasure in business.
So that's 1 import. The second import is that I'm going to get some energy from Russia. So importing energy is 3. So I'm going to give you 6 money. So I have 6 money, and again that comes from a card. My energy goes up by 2. I can't get energy from anywhere else at the same time, but I think what I might do, because I can do 3 imports, I'm gonna have some raw materials from you as well. So I have another 6 for 2 raw materials. So they're my 3 imports. I imported services from you 2, energy from Russia, and raw materials from Russia, and my diplomacy will go up by 1, even though I traded with all of the other players.
Okay,
And that is, I believe, my go done.
super. I will also do a trade action, foreign trade. So, exports. I'm going to export one of my tanks to Japan for 20
20 money.
cash. And I'm going to export 2 of my services to Iceland and Mexico.
So Iceland wants services and Mexico wants services.
That's another 30. I'm then going to buy oil. And I'm going to buy 2 oil, 1 each from Qatar and Mexico. 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to buy 2 more oil, or 2 more energy from Russia.
So this is interesting because Russia's trading cards have gone, but because America is allowed to buy 2 energy from Russia, it has to come from Pete's supply.
6 for you.
Okay.
And my oil goes, energy goes up by 2.
And yours goes down by 2.
4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 2 from Pete, 1 from Qatar, 1 from Mexico.
Mhm.
Then my second import action will be, let's go for some consumer goods. And I will, don't worry. I'm just going to put this 20 in. I'm going to buy 1 from Japan, 10 to the bank.
So just to clarify, you're buying consumer goods from Japan and not China.
Yes.
Just
Yep.
wanted to check.
Yep. Cry for me. Cry for your little tires, your little Chinese tears. But then I will also buy 1 from China
There you go. See?
and 1 from the EU.
So that.
Oh, could you not?
Oh,
You're right.
Could you not now?
I could not, but I'm going to.
So interesting. So Marcus's cards are both flipped over, which means it has to come from Marcus's supply.
It sure does.
3, and I bought 3.
You've still got 2. That's all you need.
And then because I traded with at least 1 other player,
Your diplomacy goes on by 1.
There is still at least 1 more trade to go.
There is.
I'm probably not going to
Drive
have
him into
it.
the ground.
Right, we are now on our last actions for the first round of the game. Pete,
Okay.
Comrade Pete.
Komapitsky.
I'm going to build a base.
So this is the red action. So the red actions, there's 2 different red actions in the game. And what Pete is doing is building a base. So first of all, he has to choose an allied country that he has where he's allowed to build a base. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to borrow his card because I want to show you this. This is the card that Pete's got. It's Libya. This icon here means that he is allowed to build a base there. That icon means that only Russia could build a base there. So if I'd improved my relations with Libya and this was my card, I would not be able to build a base there. So Pete, because he's Russia, he is allowed to build a base there. What you do is you exhaust it. The base costs 5 money. What you do is you put the base above it. Now, as part of the building a base action, he also has to send at least 1 army to that region. The most armies he can send is based on the value of the country. The value of this country is 1. So you can only send 1 army, and you have to send 1 army. If you don't have an army, you can't do this. But you are now sending an army to the Middle East, North Africa.
Oh, it's going to be a game, isn't it?
Every time in the game that you move an army onto the board or around the board, it costs you 5 money. So you have to spend 5 for the base and then another 5 for the army. Now that army is going to do things which we will explain in the aftermath phase, which is going to happen at the end of the round. Shots fired, I think.
I also get an influence.
Now, that's the other thing. So remember, the aim of the game is to place cubes on the board, and building a base is one way that you can place a cube on the board. So Pete, you have a choice. You can grab the last permanent spot, he's going to, or you could have grabbed one of these. 1 point. Right. So have we seen already the 3 ways of placing a cube on the board? No, we haven't seen
the engage.
we haven't seen the engage.
Diplomatic way of doing
Which
it.
I thought about doing, but I've changed my mind. So what I'm going to do
It's me now, is it?
is wait for Marcus to take his
Thank you.
turn, and then I will make a killer move.
NATO cannot respond because I do not have.
Speaking of NATO,
Yes.
let's just mention a special rule that applies to these two players. So the American player and the European Union player are members of NATO. This applies to these armies on the board, and at the end of the round, when we deal with the aftermath phase, though their armies don't threaten each other. So they're not added together, but if they have armies in a region, they don't threaten each other, whereas everybody else does threaten each other. So that's a special rule for the members of NATO.
Right. Yeah, sorry, a little think because that is very aggressive very early on. And NATO must.
Russians'
Think.
peace machine.
Well, it's not so much peace machine.
Well, it's interesting because it won't gain Pete any points, but
No.
it costs everyone.
It costs everyone 2 points, which is fine. It's a way to play the game.
Let's just
And now
explain that
let's
now, because people might be watching and wondering why Marcus is worried by the fact that a tank has appeared in the Middle East. And the reason for that is, in the aftermath phase, which we're going to do at the end of the round, you look for each region on the board and you look at the icons in the region. Now, what that means is, if you have an icon in a region, it means that you have a vested interest in this region. And you have to check to see if any of your opponents have more armies in there than you. If you do, you lose 2 points. So, because the USA, the European Union, and Russia all have a vested interest in this area of the board, and there's a Russian army there, it means that America and the EU are going to lose 2 points. China is not going to lose 2 points. So I don't care about the fact that there's a Russian tank here.
No.
But Rob and Marcus, they do, because they're going to lose 2 points. How do they stop losing those 2 points? Is they put their own army in there. And that's called escalation.
It's called. Hey kids, it's called escalation. I'm deciding how much I want to escalate. So
Yes.
yes. Obviously, we're American friends. We'll also have to consider this as well.
So I was too busy retaliating.
Yeah, it's fine. My issue is I don't start the game with any red cards, so I can't respond.
You currently got no red
I
cards.
have no response. The only response I could do is a NATO move, but I need 2 diplomacy and I only have 1.
Yeah.
There's no way of getting any others.
Yeah.
So I will respond in a trade. You have no minerals left, right?
He has no raw materials on his card.
And that's
he's
the
got
only
none
way I
on
can
here.
get extra materials.
You heard it here first. Russia has no minerals.
Has no minerals. I can't get extra food.
I'll take your money and I'll send you a few buckets of rocks.
Unfortunately, what happens when another country gets close to the borders is sanctions. So you are now sanctioned, and I will not be doing any trading with you.
Oh, come on, it's
Because
only
that's how it
one.
works. I'm sorry, talk to my hands.
It's only one little tank.
Nope, is a declaration of
tiny
war,
thing.
and it's fine. It's okay. This is how countries respond. I put sanctions on you. So,
It does
I
play
will-
music like an ice cream van.
It is.
yeah, it does.
I like the music, and they hand out ice cream to the children. Come on, you can't be offended by that.
I'm not offended. I respect it. I respect the move. What do these do?
I was looking at the level 4 cards. Planning ahead.
Remember, you're not locked to a particular row. Just
Nuclear-
I have
What?
to go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes,
right?
but you don't have to go there. You could go there, then there, then
Yeah.
there, then there.
just the ones on the top cost money and services. The ones on the bottom cost diplomacy and services. It's different, but
I think I do that. So I will do a growth strategy.
Okay, so are you going to gain a growth card, or are you going to produce 3 different things?
I'm gonna get
Okay.
this.
so he's going to.
So 1 services and 10 money.
Yeah. So I spend 1 of these. Spend 10 money.
Yep. So you basically move 2 of your queues 1 space to the right.
Funny enough, it's going to be minerals and it's going to be food.
Okay. Right. So what I'm going to do is my 4th card is going to be a red card, but it's military reinforcements. So I'm going to gain an army, and then I'm going to move up to 2 armies. And I am going to move these 2 armies. Remember, it costs 5 money each every time you move an army. Now, you can move an army. We saw it when Pete put it here because he built a military base. But if we just refer back to the icons on the board, if you have an icon on the board in a region, it means that you are allowed to put armies in that region. So I'm going to send one of these tanks into Central Asia because I'm just
He's just securing his
Oh,
borders.
now you're offended. Now you're offended about
he's going on holiday. He's got his camera.
Yeah.
And we're going to send the other one down to East Asia Pacific. Again, on holiday,
Quite
taking some
understandable.
photos.
Yeah, I completely get it.
And that's it. That's my action. Is I gained a tank and then I played 2 tanks.
That's fine. My action will be to do a growth strategy because, frankly, I haven't even noticed these two. They're so low below my notice.
Are you gaining a growth card or are you going to
I'll
produce
take a growth
resources?
card.
Okay.
I will choose to take the lower of the two. So
Diplomatic initiative. So this is a slightly different card. This doesn't have an immediate ability, but from now on, and we haven't explained refreshing these cards yet, but every time Rob gets to refresh his country cards, he can refresh 1 more.
Thank you.
And that is all of the action turns done. So what now happens, and you will notice that the cards we've been playing, we've been putting face up on the table. They do not go to your discard pile until this point in the round. So you play your cards one after another and you put them on a pile. And it's only when you've had your 4 action turns that you then move the cards to your discard pile. So Pete, if you want to move those cards to your discard pile. And then the next thing you do is you reveal the 2 remaining cards in your hand. Now I'm just going to show you the 2 cards remaining in my hand to explain what's going to happen. So at this point in the game, it's this stuff on the left-hand side that matters. There's 2 pieces of information here. First of all, what's at the top is what you get immediately. So when I do my research turn, I'm going to gain 1 diplomacy and I'm going to gain 2 money. Then the magnifying glass is how many research points you have, and you use research points to take new cards. So you get both of those things. You don't have to choose. So Pete, what have you got on your cards? You got 9 money. So you get 9 money straight away. And research points. So Pete has 3 research points from his card. However, there are 2 ways in the game that you can increase your research points. First of all, if we just look back at my player board, you'll notice we have 3 types of focus: domestic focus, diplomatic focus, and military focus. And starting in round 2 of the game, I'm going to choose which one of those I want for the whole of that round. In round 1, everybody has domestic focus. If you look at the bottom, it says get 2 magnifying glasses on your research turn. So essentially, Pete not only has the 3 from the cards that he's played, he also has an extra 2 because he's got a domestic focus. But also, any country cards that you have, you can flip them over, you can exhaust them in order to gain research points equal to the value of the country. Now, if we just have a look down at the bottom of the board, this is the market. We have a big deck of cards here. These are completely shuffled, and 6 of them are laid out into the market. The cost to buy one of these cards is printed on the right-hand side. The more expensive the card, the better it is. And when you buy a new card, it goes to the top of your deck. And if you have enough research points, you can buy multiple cards, and then they'll slide down and new ones will come out. At the end of everybody taking a research turn, the one on the right will disappear. So Pete, you've got 5 research points without exhausting any of your countries.
I'll turn over, I'll exhaust India,
Yeah. So you've got 7.
and I will have that blue
You're going
one,
to take
please.
the initiate restructuring.
Yeah, initiative restructuring.
That goes on top of your deck. So those slide down. And if there was something that cost 3, which there isn't, but if there was, you could have then exhausted these 3 to take another card.
So do we all do that in turn, or do I?
Well, you've done that. That's your research turn. Then the 2 cards that you revealed go to your discard pile.
You took your money for them, didn't you, Pete?
You got the 9 money. Yep. Marcus, it's your research turn. So cards you played go to your discard
I'm going to go to
pile.
my discard pile.
What have you got?
So I've got 3 money,
3 money and
1
a diplomacy.
diplomacy, NATO online.
So you
and
have 3
then
money?
I get 3 money.
And you've got 3 research plus the 2 for domestic focus. So again, you've got 5.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, must forget domestic focus.
So I've got 5. I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4 of those to get the improved
Improve logistics.
logistics.
So you've got 1 research point left.
But you've got cards you can flip.
So that goes on top.
Goes on top of your deck.
Yeah. So I've got 1 left. Now I'll spend
That's
4.
3.
Yeah,
So you've
around.
got 4.
I'll grab steady partnership.
Steady
I
partnership.
think that's the one I had last time, wasn't it? Yeah, invest in a country that's already.
Okay, and then those 2 cards go to your discard pile. I reveal my card.
I've still got cards left. I can still flip 4
Yeah,
and
so
buy
you
another one
do.
if I wanted. And now that's turned up. What does that do?
Build a base in an allied country. You may choose a country that already has a base and build the second one in it.
That's interesting.
Sure is, bucko. How many am I flipping? 3 cards. 1, 2. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just go. So I'm going to go.
You're going to flip them all?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
There you go.
I'll grab that.
No, you definitely don't have any roll. Okay, so I reveal my cards. I gain 2 money and I gain 1 diplomacy. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So should go to my discard pile. So I've got 7 research before I even flip any of these. Wow.
Up to 12. So 3 of those.
So 7,
cards.
8, 9, 10, 11, potentially 12. Yeah.
3 of those cards.
Oh, well, I like that one.
I think I know which one you're looking at.
7, eh? Well, I'm going to take that one for 4. So I've got 3 left. That.
Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen a double one before.
No, I haven't.
Regular invest.
Because it's improved relations and then. Well. So how many have I got left? 3.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could.
Yeah, you could.
It wasn't my plan, but I'm just going to flip Tajikistan over and I'm going to take that one. Okay, and then that is me done. I've spent my research.
Huge strategic partner. Improve relations with the country, then build a base on that country.
The one I wanted.
Very
That's
nice.
really good.
And its base income is a tank.
Right. So reveal your discard your cards
Yes.
and reveal your 2
So,
cards.
I get 10 cash,
10
and then I have 5 base research,
plus 2.
6, 7.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to spend all up to all of these. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 16. I can buy
Wow,
17.
we've got a lot more than we had the last time we played.
So 17. I'm going to take new strategic partner.
So that's 7.
That's 7. I've got 10 more.
Well, that's your base 7 gone.
And
Would you
that's-
like another new strategic
wow.
partner? Yes.
Because I've got a limited number of tanks.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. So
Yeah,
that's,
but
that's the
you'll
problem.
have it for the rest of the game.
Yeah, but they're going to be going straight to man. Although they are then worth a tank and 4 research at the end. So, but I could get 2 other ones for the same. So, I will
Yeah, you can play one and just keep the
find out
other.
what it would be. I could also then choose to go first next time, so I'm the first to buy
Yeah.
another one.
So I make you make your own decisions, but yeah,
Buy this one. Do that.
I would. I couldn't resist. So we're like double, baby.
So any more research points you need to generate will come from your.
Yeah, so that's
Allied
7.
countries.
I had 17. So I've still got.
Well, no, you've got none now.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Available to me, I've still got these.
yeah.
I think I will take ensure peace in the region.
That's going to cost you
4.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Still got 6
Okay.
points available.
Potentially 6 more if you wanted it.
Explore alternatives. That's draw 2 cards. That will not only give me more options, but also mean I'll have 3 cards at the end, which will be more money and more research because it's all of them.
Comes it.
Yes.
Okay. Cost you 5.
There we go.
And now, after we've all taken a research turn, we get rid of the card at the end. I'm actually just going to put it on the bottom of the deck. I think the rules probably say to remove it from the game, but that's fine. Slide down, and that is the end of the action phase for round 1. So what we now do is we go into the aftermath phase. At this point, everybody with an FDI token above an allied country gains 3 money. So that's me. And Marcus?
Yeah,
You get 3 money as well.
Thank you very much.
Then all players may increase their prosperity. So if you remember, the prosperity track is here. I'm going to do it. It costs me this amount of consumer goods. So I spend 2 consumer goods. I move the disc to here and I immediately get what's printed on the space. Now, everybody's different. For me, that's 3 points and 5 money.
For me, that's 3 and 5 money.
And 5 money. Are you 2 increasing your prosperity?
Yeah.
2. That's 2 points and 10 money.
So only 2 points, but it gets 10 money.
2 points and 10 money.
And yours
as
is 2 and 10 as well. Right. Okay. So that's the increasing prosperity. Now, if we were playing a game with fewer than 4 players, there is a deck of cards that we're not using because we're 4 players. But at this point, you would do a random draw and the dummy players would be adding extra cubes onto the board. That's how the player scaling works if you're playing with fewer than 4 players. We don't need to do that because we're a 4-player game. Now what we do is we resolve threat. So going back to what I mentioned earlier on, we're going to go through the regions one at a time. We'll start with the Middle East and North Africa. And we have you two who have a vested interest in here, and there are more armies from an opponent in that region, so you both lose 2 points.
Thank you.
And then we go to Central Asia, where Russia loses 2 points because China has armies in there, and Russia has an interest in it. And then we go down to East Asia Pacific, where America loses 2 points because China has a military force there. That's how the threat works. And remember, these two are a member of NATO, so if they had a tank in there instead of Russia, they wouldn't cause each other to lose points. Now, if this was round 3, we would score the regions. It's not, so that is the end of the first round of the game. Go to round 2. At this point, we see the preparation phase that we didn't see in the first round of the game. The first thing is, each player draws 6 cards from their deck into their hand. And if at this point your deck is empty, you would shuffle in your discard pile to make a new deck and you would carry on drawing. Now, the cards that we bought from the market, they went to the top of our deck. So you are guaranteed to immediately have the cards that you've just bought. Then what we do is we reveal new country cards. So for each region on the board, we take the top card and we put it next to the deck so that there are different ones available. Then we determine turn order. So similar to what we did at the start of the game, the player who has currently got the fewest victory points chooses where they want to go in turn order first.
Okay. I will choose to go first.
So America goes first. Next, it's European Union. Where would you like to go?
I'm going to go last.
Russia.
Second, please.
And again, I will choose to go third.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Ski.
Then we all produce primary resources. So again, we'll look at my board and I'm going to produce 1 energy. I'm going to produce 3 raw materials. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to produce 3 food. Now, this track at 10, this is a hard limit. You can't have more than 10. If you were to have 10 and you would produce any more, you just don't get the extra production. So primary production, you just get it. Doesn't cost you anything. So everybody does their primary production.
Yep.
Everybody done it?
Yep.
Marcus,
No, I haven't time. I get 1.
1 energy, 2 raw
I get
materials.
2 materials.
3
and I
food.
get 3 food.
Right. The next thing is, in turn order,
You
each
want 1
player...
food then.
What's that?
You want 1 food or 2 at the start?
I started on 2.
This
I
game's
gained 3.
Oh, sorry.
So I get 5.
Yeah.
Because I had that, which increased them.
So in turn order, each player will choose a focus. I'm going to show you my board, so you can choose freely domestic focus, diplomatic focus, or military focus. Whichever one you choose, you then follow through all of the steps, all of the bullet points from top to bottom. And what's printed below that doesn't have a bullet point, that is your permanent ability for the rest of the game. So if you choose domestic focus, you may ready one of your country cards. In other words, one of your countries that you flipped over, you can flip it back. If you choose diplomatic focus, you get to ready 4, military focus 2. Now, this is for China. Everybody's is slightly different. Also, if you choose domestic focus, I can spend 6 money to increase any one of my productions by 1. And then after I've done that, I can produce consumer goods and or services based on this. So if I chose domestic focus, I could produce up to 4 consumer goods. Each one would cost me an energy and a raw material. And I could produce up to 1 service, and each one would cost me an energy and a food. If I was to choose diplomatic focus, I would ready 4 country cards. I can spend 7 money to increase my production of diplomacy by 1. Then I can produce diplomacy up to this amount, and it costs me 3 money for each one. But every time I choose the engage action, which we haven't seen yet, it's cheaper. Finally, the military focus, you get to ready 2 country cards. You can then spend money to increase your production of armies. You can then produce a number of armies up to this amount, but each one will cost you raw materials and food. And it basically increases your threat and your defense at the end of the round, depending on which one you've gone for. So, first player in turn order is America. You must choose which focus
I am
you want
switching
first.
to a diplomatic focus.
So you immediately get to ready 4 country
in my
cards.
case,
5 because you've got...
which untaps my entire tableau.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5.
Right.
Next, I will spend 7 cash to boost my production of diplomacy up to maximum.
Yep.
And then spend 15 to gain myself
5 diplomacy.
5 diplomacy.
Okay, so Rob's diplomacy production is 5, which means he can produce up to 5.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's
the
your done.
engage action. It'll cost me 1 diplomacy less.
Rushka, what focus would you like for this round? Military.
I'm going to spend 6 money to
First thing.
increase my
First thing.
Oh, sorry.
thing.
Ready
Let's
2
go
country
through.
cards. These 2.
Yeah.
Then I spend 6 money.
To increase your production of armies by 1. And you can now produce up to 4 armies. Uh-oh, he's got the raw materials.
One of the reasons I want to go last, because I wanted to see whether he went military or
Right.
not. If he didn't go military, I was going to leave it
It
alone. I was just going to put 1 in, and that's it.
Yeah,
Now he's gone full military. I have to go full military and respond.
okay.
It's interesting. I like it.
It is. Well, me next. What am I going to do? I should have been thinking about this, shouldn't I? Well, I mean, what have I got? I've got lots of food. I've got, I mean, you know, the signs are there. Yeah, let's go military. So, ready 2 country cards. It's these 2.
There's no Neville Chamberlain appeasing,
I'm
unfortunately.
going to spend 8 money to increase my production of armies to 3. And I can then produce 3 armies. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 more of these lovely ice cream van peacemakers. Okay. Marcus.
Yeah, I'm going to go to military focus. I'm happy. Ready 3 country cards, so I'm going to...
2.
3.
3 for
I'm
you.
free.
Oh, that's 3.
I'm free. Oh, I'm free. Don't worry, I'm free. Canada. Actually, I don't need Canada. I do need you, though.
Don't need Canada.
Don't need
Yeah.
Canada
The
currently.
mooses are all feeling offended.
No, well, no, they can be offended for a little bit. That's fine. Cool.
Right, we've all chosen.
Yeah.
So that is the end of the production phase. We now go into the action phase. Now, at this point in the game, I just wanted to briefly mention that there are 8 core actions in the game. The green ones are improved relations, which we've seen, which is where you spend diplomacy and basically improve your relations with one of these countries, take it and put it in front of you. The other one is the engage action that we haven't seen yet. The red actions, the 2 red actions are moving armies, which is what I did, because I literally just moved my armies into here, and building a base, which is what Pete did. We saw that. And building a base also moves an army into there. The economic actions are trade. We've seen trade. That was buying and selling stuff. We also saw invest, which Marcus did very early on,
Yeah.
which is where he invested in a country, and then I did, and that gets you a cube on the board. And the blue actions are gain a growth card, which we've seen, but also produce. Now, nobody's done that yet. So out of the 8 actions, 8 core actions of the game, nobody's engaged yet and nobody's produced yet. So we will explain them when somebody does do it.
So I'm going to finish the rest of mine.
Oh, sorry, yes.
No, you're fine. I'm going to spend 8 to put this 10 back, get 2 to increase my military production up.
Then how many tanks do you want to build?
I can build 3. I'm going to build 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
This is your fault.
1,
No,
2, 3. It is literally his fault, but it's great. I love it.
Everybody likes tanks.
Are these left from last round?
Yes, they are. So
Perfect.
Right, so we've done with the preparation phase. So we're now into the action phase, and it is America first.
Okay. It's my attitude towards the world.
Yes.
So I'm going to play one of my new cards, Explore Alternatives, which means I get to immediately draw 2 more cards.
And then you can play another card.
Yes. And then I can play another card. And the card I'm going to play is going to be, yes, a nice simple one. Improve relations, no, it's new allies. Improve relations with a country on the board. I am going to spend 1, 2, 3 influence to take the second Japan card,
Diplomacy. Yep.
which comes on here.
Yeah.
Now it's my second one, and as soon as I take it,
You
I
may
can choose to
flip it
immediately
over.
flip it over.
To add influence into
Got
East Asia
another-
Pacific.
and we'll come in here. I'll
Permanent
take
or temporary?
permanent and 1 VP.
Okay, 1 VP for America.
Okay, and that was my. There were technically 2 cards. It was 1 action.
Right, okay. It is the Russian Federation next.
Initiate restructuring. I will draw 3 cards. I may then trash a card from my hand to play another one.
Okay, so
So-
trashing is removed from game. So Pete's
So-
drawing 1 card, his deck is empty. He shuffles his discard pile, makes a new deck. And then you may trash a card from your hand, so remove a card from the game in order to play another card. Gone. Or are you going to play another card? It's facing the wrong way. Upsetting me. That's better.
Yes, I think I'm going to improve relations with a country on the board. Who's that gonna be? Choices. I've got some choices now that I didn't have before. Yes, I think it will be the. Very interesting. No, I will go with the Central African Republic.
So that's going to cost you 1 diplomacy. You can't get a discount because you currently don't have any other countries in
I
Africa.
to shuffle.
Shuffle along.
Everybody move up. Libyan and India's.
So that costs you 1 diplomacy, and that's your go done.
My go. Yeah.
Right, China, me. I'm going to play foreign military presence, which is to build a base in an allied country, and I'm going to build a base in Cuba. So building a base costs 5,
We're getting hit by all sides.
but then I'm going to also move an army in to Cuba, which is over here. And because I've built a base, I'm going to put this. Now I'm going to have this as temporary, so I actually get 4 points. And that exhausts the country. So just as a reminder about how these areas work, if the top area does not fill, it doesn't score whatsoever. So by me going here, I've grabbed the immediate 4 points, but at the moment, this area is not scoring in rounds 3 and round 6. We have a question about whether the trashed card is hidden or not, and are the other players allowed to see it? And the answer is yes. So we do see the card that you've trashed. Should it matter?
I guess it does matter 'cause if it's a military one. It might suggest that he's
So Pete has removed
slowing
a
down
trade
and
card
not
from the
escalating.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do some improved logistics.
So that's build a base in an allied country, but you only have to pay the cost for the base.
Yes.
You don't have to pay the cost to move the armies in.
Yeah, exactly. But I can only move 1 army in, right?
Well, it's up to the
Not
value of the
base.
country. So if you did Iran, but you can't have a military.
I can't
base in
have
Iran.
military there,
Right,
so
okay.
it has
So
to
2
be.
available, those 2, yes, so we 1.
So you flip that over, you pay 5 money for the base.
Yeah.
And then you can put a tank in there at no cost. That's it. Just have them pointing at each
Yeah,
other like
no
that.
thanks. Because of wheel base, I'm going to put one of these down.
You do.
Put this down here.
There you
Get
go,
5
5
points.
points. Nice. So at the moment, this area is going to score, and Marcus is going to get a lot of points for having control of the Middle East. It's very important. So what's happened here is that there's now 1 tank from each. So if the situation was to stay like this when we get to the aftermath,
I'm sure it will.
neither of you two will lose any points, but America will still lose 2 points because of the Russian tank. But remember, the European tank does not threaten America because of NATO.
Don't let me see your hand.
That's fine. You know I've got all military stuff, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay, over to me.
You're fine. I'll play him face down. You instigated, baby.
Yeah, we all have 1 turn. We have.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm going to play a growth strategy, and whilst I'd like the growth, I'm actually going to take the production.
So this is something we've not seen. So when you play the growth strategy card, you get to produce 3 types of resources. Now remember, if you choose a primary resource, you simply just get it. If you choose a secondary resource, you have to pay for it based on what's there. So what 3 things would you like
Firstly,
to
I'm
produce?
producing some more military forces, so
So
that
you can build up to
requires
3 tanks.
1, 2, 3 food and 1, 2, 3 raw materials.
Okay, so 3 more tanks.
Deploys 3 tanks.
And what's interesting is that I think you could play this game with a lower military aspect than what you're seeing right now.
Yeah, this is a real
I think
gear 5 up to what we played before.
it is.
But it's interesting to see whether it settles down or not.
Yeah, it might.
Because it's fine. Like,
Then-
it can keep escalating.
I think there's a limit.
Settle.
I think
There is a limit, and I agree with you, but it all
One-
depends on... I'm here, so it all depends on this.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I'm okay with that.
What are you
So
producing?
I'm now
second?
producing consumer goods.
Right, so
1,
consumer
2,
goods are going to cost
3,
you energy and raw materials for each
2,
one.
1.
I was going to go around shaking people's hands, but unfortunately I had to put on my military helmet and get my gear quickly and my boots on.
I can now produce 1 more of something. I can't do tanks again. I can't do consumer goods again.
Mhm.
So I will just produce 3 more food.
Okay. And that's it. That's how production works. So there's only 1 action we've not seen yet, which is the engage action, which is another way of getting cubes onto the board. Right, back to Russia. Your second turn of the second round.
Okay. I think. Oh,
One thing we didn't do. There is something we forgot to do. Apologies for this. It's flipping these cards over.
oh yes.
So
Only if you've done the production action,
Which
which
he
you
did.
haven't done. Oh, he did do the production
So
action.
at the start of the round, in the preparation phase, when Pete produced his raw, not his primary resources, that would have flipped his cards over. The reason why my card hasn't flipped over is because I haven't produced consumer goods. As soon as I do produce consumer goods, these cards will flip
I
back.
haven't produced services. So
Services.
this, and
Marcus,
haven't
you
either.
haven't
You-
produced
because you
services.
No,
or-
and I have no phones with people anyway. Unfortunately, I'm at war right now.
Yeah.
It's very hard. to
we're
make
not at
phones.
war. There's going to be an escalation.
Sorry, it's true. It's been an escalation of aggression. It's true.
I think you're just being a drama queen. That's all.
Just don't know.
1 tank. I mean, come on. It was just.
It's a big
What?
tank.
And wait a minute. It's a big tank which you then flipped to
No.
military focus
It was.
above me and then made 4 more tanks.
It was.
So I
just-
think maybe let's not.
just
They're just at home.
It was fine.
They're watching TV.
And mine's at home watching TV as well.
just driving up and down to impress the local children.
That's fine.
Okay.
Hashtag propaganda.
That's true. And if that is a true statement, I'll see it in your actions of play this round.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Meanwhile, the red tanks are spreading across the board, and
Yeah, exactly. Just don't worry about it.
Don't worry about
it. I just feel sorry for America.
Why are you feeling sorry for America?
oh, don't feel sorry for America.
Okay.
I'm sure America will be fine.
Yes. Anyway,
Okay. Well, I'm going to play growth strategy. And I'm going to produce
you're producing as
3
well. So
resources.
what you're going to produce?
I'm going to produce 4 of those.
So you get raw materials.
Raw materials.
4 raw materials. Yeah.
Then I'm going to produce food.
You get 2 food.
Then I'm going to produce
Diplomacy.
diplomacy.
So you can buy up to 4 diplomacy, and it costs you 3 money for each one.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So 12 money. Okay, and you are done. Right, back to me. So I'm going to assign new diplomats. I get to improve relations with 2 countries on the board.
Nice.
Wowzers.
Save the line, yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I should have been looking more closely at these, shouldn't I? See, I kind of want things that I can export the things that I have to. But also, I'm looking for other things. So I think I'm going to... So improve relations with 2 countries on the board. Right.
That's such a good card.
Let's improve relations with Cambodia.
Yeah, it's really good.
But rather than spending the 1, I'm going to flip Laos as the 1. So I'm just going to move my trade cards down. So I've got Cambodia as well. That's 1. Then the second one is... I am so tempted to take Pakistan. And I think Vangelis has popped into the chat. I think I can use my existing Pakistan card to give me a 2 discount.
I did with Japan.
And you did with Japan.
Because you flip that, spend the cost, and then.
So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use Pakistan's 2 whatever to get that. So I only have to spend 1. And that goes on there. And then because that is the second card, I am going to exhaust it, and I am going to place a cube in here. Now, I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to grab the opportunistic points.
Love it.
And that is my go done. And that was me as third. So over to Marcus.
Thank you. So I'm going to
So what naked aggression is going to come from
build
EU now?
a base in an allied country.
Here we go.
I'm going to build a base in Europe.
So
you
you pick a card.
Yeah.
Building a
Norway.
base in Norway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
building a base in Norway.
Blatant aggression. Yeah.
So it's 5 money plus
Yeah.
5 money for moving the
And
army in there.
Yeah, we should put 10.
Yep.
The base comes
You've got
down.
a base.
You put a cube in Europe.
Yeah, we should
So
keep
what do
for
you want?
5 points.
You're going to go for the 5 points.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All done.
Mhm.
Back to America.
I'm going to play one of my new cards, New Strategic Partner.
So this is the funky double action card.
Yeah, improve and then immediately build the base. So, I am going to improve relations with Saudi Arabia by utilizing my resources from Turkey. It comes on, and then I can immediately build a base in that country. So, it flips, and it's level 3.
So it's 5 for the base.
Yep.
And then how many tanks do you want to send?
3 tanks. So I'm just going to go
Ooh.
and pacify the Middle East. And whilst I'm
Controversial.
I will put a cube in here for 4 VPs.
So that costs Rob 20 money. 5 for the base, 3 for those. You flip the card over, you put a base above it.
That was it.
And also because you've built a base, you put a cube on and you gain 4 points.
Done.
You've done the 4 points.
Did someone build my VP
I
up?
don't
No.
think so.
Because I was pretty low.
You were pretty low. But you weren't on 1, were you?
No, I think you're on 5.
I think you
So,
were on 5.
so no one had moved me up.
Thank
Somebody
you.
will confirm that.
friend.
Who is watching? So what's going to happen here is that Pete is now going to lose 2 points. If the
4
situation stays like
Sorry,
this.
2 points.
Sorry, yeah, 2
4
points.
points.
Because he ties
2
here.
points. He's tying with you,
Oh, yeah.
but losing to me.
Yeah.
Now, because you've got military focus, your threat is 1 higher.
Mm-hmm.
But Pete's also got military focus, so his defense is 1 higher. So they kind of cancel each other out, which means those are going to cause Russia to lose 2 points at the moment. Rob's points are correct. Thank you very much.
Thank
You're done. Right, back to Russia. This is great. You lot stir in the pot, and I'm just sitting here quietly. Just, don't
very
don't mind
different.
me.
Global simulation than previous, and
It
I'm
is.
fine with it. Yeah, I was like, I'm just going to do some more investments and thing, and went, oh, no.
So we've all had, 2 actions this turn? You've had 3.
Yep. Yep.
So now it's your 3rd action, Pete.
Yeah. I have more cards in hand because of my draw
Yeah.
abilities. So
Yeah.
Right, I think I know what I need to do next.
So you could be discarding 3 cards instead.
yeah. So and I get the rewards.
You'll
from
get
that.
all the rewards.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Drawing more cards is a positive bonus because the
Yeah.
text specifically states it's not resolve 2 cards, it's resolve all the cards left in your hand.
Yeah.
So they'll synergize together.
Well, I think I'm going to build a base,
See? Escalation.
In Africa.
which costs me 5.
So where are you building a base?
Well, I could. Yeah, I'm going to build it in Africa.
Yeah.
So here. So in the Central African Republic.
And does that exhaust?
It
It
does,
does,
yeah.
yeah.
The other one.
You spend another 5 to move an army in. So the army goes here. And you build a base. Do you want a permanent, influence, or temporary? 1 point. So this area is now going to score. Because the top section has been filled. You get a point. Oh, and it says you may then produce 1 tank. Produce, not gain. So you have to actually pay for it. Okay, right. There I go. Oh, I had a plan. Do I want to produce? I want to produce. So I'm going to play growth strategy, but I'm going to produce 3 resources. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to produce 4 consumer goods, which costs me 4 energy and 4 raw materials to get 4 consumer goods. That's one thing that I've produced. I'm then also going to produce food, which is 3. And then I'm also going to produce raw materials, which is 3. And that's it. That's my go done. Nice and simple. Oh, because I produced consumer goods, I now flip my trading card over. We did a lot of trading in the first round of the game, and then not much.
Yeah.
Then Pete kicked off the conflicts.
Yeah, true.
But there's a limit because eventually you end up putting more resources.
Yeah, there's
locking
a
it
point where it
back,
has to
going
de-escalate.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't
Or
know.
you just acknowledge
This
the
is
fact
the
that-
thing.
yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
So you gain a tank,
I do gain a tank.
and then you can move up to 2.
A peace machine, as we say in
Yes.
the biz.
So when again, just as a reminder, when
Tract
you
of
move,
diplomacy.
you can move into a region which depicts your icon. You can also move into a region if you have a military base in that region.
So I'm going to spend 10. I'll be moving 2.
Yeah.
I'll be moving 1 into Africa
Because how?
because I've got
Oh, because that's you.
yeah, and I've got an Africa.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't have a military base in Africa.
No, but
But
I am
you-
there in
you are-
Africa.
yes.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten that
Yeah,
was your
yeah,
symbol.
it's my symbol. Hence why that is another aggressive.
Okay. 2 tanks in Africa. Okay. And you're done. Back to America.
Okay.
Is this the 4th action?
That's the 4th
This is the
action,
4th
yeah.
action, second round, yeah.
shot through. Okay.
Obviously, this is we're taking our time over this because we're explaining how it goes. This is going to be quite a long video, but I think once you have played this game a couple of times, I think it will fly through
Yeah.
reasonably quickly.
I think
won't-
there'll be some thinking points.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's been very militarily based. There's a little bit more thinking about reacting. But in general, it just flies by.
Okay. I'm going to play foreign military presence to build a base in an allied country. I'm building my base in Mexico,
Okay.
so I'm going to spend 15 in total.
Mexico can't have a base in it.
Oh, sorry, yeah, you weren't quite right. I'm not going to do
I
that.
didn't think that sounded right.
Yep.
No.
Yep. Undo. That was it. I was playing military reinforcements, which lets me gain a tank and then move 2 tanks. So that's
Cost
what
you
I pay
10 money.
10 money to move the 2 tanks, and I think I'm just going to drop them over here in the East Asia Pacific because it's a area of
What?
interest. I don't need a base to do that.
What?
Get off my land, although we are now tying in there, so no one's losing any.
Oh, because I've got military
Yeah.
focus.
Yep.
So at the moment,
We're
there's
just-
no loss of points.
Yep.
Right, Russia, for your final action of the second round.
I'm going to go.
Don't forget, we each have 2 special cards as well, which we can use once per game.
Well, that's blatant aggression. Some of us are just kind of peaceful trading over here. Right, I'm going to trade.
NEG Titan, so it's trade. Oh, it's your special trade, isn't it?
So, yes, I'm going to trade 1, 2. I've got 3 barrels, so
So
I
you-
can sell
You're
double.
going to sell energy, but you're going to double the barrels.
Double the energy.
So you
So
can-
that's 6 5s is 30 money.
30 money.
And then
So
I will.
that's one of your exports.
And I can sell. Well, I can sell two
2 raw materials.
two raw materials.
Yeah.
Can I sell them to anybody else?
No.
So I'll sell 2 raw materials for
That's
1 of
10
10.
money. So that's your 2 exports.
Yeah.
Right.
no.
Your imports, what would you
Why?
like?
Now,
Would you like some of these high quality Chinese consumer goods?
it's entirely possible that I might be interested in some consumer goods. I think I'm going to have to buy them from my friends at the European Union.
What's that?
You want some consumer goods?
If you can move your
Oh, he hasn't got
No, we
them.
don't have any friends.
Yep.
His cards have been flipped over.
Yeah.
And
And
he doesn't have
we
any-
kept it 0, so you couldn't buy it.
Okay.
So you have to buy from China.
I'll
And when
buy
I told you there was embargoes, there's
I'll buy
embargoes
from
in place.
China then.
So you're going to import consumer goods, and you can just get 1 from me.
So
10 money, please.
I can only have the 1.
It's only
That's
one,
right. Oh, in that
one,
case,
one
I
icon.
won't bother.
But
All right. In fact, I wouldn't have bothered buying them from you if I realised.
That's
I
fine,
really
that's okay.
had to. So yeah,
Well, it's 1 per.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I can buy
services.
services.
So you're importing services. So you
I'll
get
import
1 from India,
services,
which
1
is
from India,
10 money to the bank.
10 money to the
And you
bank.
can also get 1 from European Union, and you can get 1 from America.
Do I need to?
Depends how many of these cards you want.
I think and also if I do buy from
You'll get a
them,
diplomacy.
I get diplomacy,
Mhm,
and it's always better to do an action rather than to waste it. It's usually a good gaming strategy or tactic. So I think I'll buy them from the USA. I'll just get 1.
Okay.
What do you
You
buy
have
from
that.
me? My services.
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 That flips the card over. Your services go about 1. You get 1 diplomacy.
That's the end of my go.
And that's your 2 imports.
Yeah.
Right.
So I've done 2 exports. I've done 2 imports. That's the end of my go.
Okay. So I'm going to get 5 money. Government bonds. Get 5 money each time you have increased your prosperity. I increase my prosperity once. I get 5 money. Then invest in an allied country. So we're going to invest in Tajikistan. That costs me 10 money. I get an FDI counter. And where is that? It's in Central Asia. So I get... We've still not seen the engage action. Really interesting. I'm going to put this in Central Asia. Now, I don't know whether that's going to score or not.
Only needs 1 more if you.
Yeah, true.
It's on Pete's doorstep.
You're just driving tanks all over it.
Go on. I'll have the permanent influence for a point. Okay. That's me done. Europe for your final turn of round 2.
So you're losing 2 points here. You're losing 2 points here. You're losing 2 points here. Do I need to drive home one more time? Save it for later. What else can I benefit? I can't benefit from that. I can't benefit from that. I can't benefit from that. Those are better. So yes, let's do it now. So I'm going to use one of my special abilities.
So what you do is you play the card face down.
Yep.
But now, Marcus is going to use one of his special abilities.
So European Union is part of NATO. So I can spend 2 diplomacy. Basically ask NATO to get involved. 10 money.
Okay.
I get to get 2 tanks from the supply and place them either on Europe or Middle East and North Africa. Then add 1 permanent influence to that region, even if there is no available slot. So I'm going to go here.
So 2 more tanks in the Middle East, North Africa.
Yeah, and then
A permanent influence, even if there is
even
no
if
space.
it's full, so I get that.
Look, it's a nice card.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
NATO. So it's got to be 2 in one place.
Yes, I can't split it. I think I did in the previous game. I split it, but
Right.
yeah, in this one it has to be
Okay.
either one or the other.
So the rule book says that once you've used one of these cards, you flip it face down. I've not seen any way that these cards can get flipped face up. If the designer's watching and can tell us, is there a way of reflipping these cards face up? I'm guessing not.
No.
Because these are really powerful cards. And that's it. And just as a reminder, each of the nations has 5 of these cards, and you choose 2 at random at the start of the game. So you're going to have differences in how the game plays, even if you're playing the same nation. Right, we are done. We've all had 4 turns.
Mhm.
So, America, for your research turn. So you discard your played cards, reveal all of the rest of the cards in your hand, which for you is 3.
Yep. Which gets me 8 cash. 7, 8. 1 influence. And diplomacy, thank you. And 7 science.
7 research points.
Yep.
And you can get more research points if you need. Now, you're not domestic focused, so it is 7. You don't get the bonus 2.
I think I will take tap into new markets, which is 7, which is my base 7, because this lets me improve relations and then do a trade action with that country.
Nice.
Or do a trade action or invest in that country.
Nice.
So that goes
Top of your deck.
top of my deck. I can then, if I wish, spend some of these. Yeah, I'm going to spend 2 more. So Mexico and Qatar for a 4. And I think I will take... So I can't take new strategic partner as well.
You already got 1.
I will take government bonds.
You're all done?
Yep.
Cards go to the discard. And now we go to Russia. So reveal the rest of the cards in your hand.
Discard.
So you have 3 cards in hand as well.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So I've got
Anything that gives you card draws.
6 money and 1 diplomacy.
and then 4.
4 research points.
4 research.
Potentially more if you want to. And
Yeah.
the designer has confirmed, for now, there is no way of refreshing those cards. For now.
For now, yeah. Yeah, I can see some sort of flipping mechanic be interesting.
Possibly, but they are
yeah,
really
they are really powerful. They're powerful. Like, what's nice is they seem to be either instigators or responders,
Mhm.
which is nice.
I think I have this one.
7.
Ah, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
I think anything that give you a double action are powerful because it's
5,
Yeah.
6.
Because when you're drawing more cards as well.
Seven.
Okay. Me next. Discard these cards. So I get 10 money. And I've got 3 research. which is not enough for any of them. I only have one country that isn't exhausted. Oh no, I've got this one as well. So I forgot about Cambodia. Sorry, Cambodia.
Should you, with those, would you have extra cards in your hand? Or there was cards you played that gave you extra cards?
Pete gave him a card that got him an extra thing, I think.
Yeah.
Same for me.
There was a card.
Drew 2, played one more.
Because these don't give you extra cards, they just give you chances to manipulate. Yeah, cool.
Sure. Let's flip that over for 4, and I'll take dominant power. That goes on top of my deck. Right, and then Marcus.
It's me.
Economic expansion, trade and invest.
So,
Oh,
reveal your remaining cards.
thanks very much.
What you got?
So I get 12 money,
12 money.
and I get 6 research.
Up to 9 if you use
Up
it.
to 9 if I get a random roll.
Have you 12 money?
Yeah, 12 money. Thank you. I will. Anyone got a 1?
We got a penny.
Thank you. Cool. That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so how much? 6.
So I've got 6.
6 or 9. Well, there
Can I have a look at the trading one?
Oh, yeah. This one?
Yeah.
Trade and then invest. That's what that is.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll grab that.
So you're overspending.
Yeah.
You don't get any change. So
No, I don't.
you spent 9.
Yeah.
And then after everybody's taken a research turn,
That one
that
burns.
one disappears.
Down.
Slide down.
Very good. Difficulty expansion. Minimize bureaucracy.
Okay, and now we go into aftermath, return on investments. So I have 2 investments, so I get 6 money.
I forgot about investments. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You get
You
3.
get 3.
Yeah.
Increase prosperity. So I am going to spend 3 consumer goods to move that up. That gets me 10 money.
2, 3. Can I have
4 points.
3 VPs, please? And I get myself 15.
You two don't have enough consumer goods.
We do not, no.
Resolve threat.
Did you give me my 3 VPs?
I gave you your 3 points.
Thanks very much.
So the threat in the Americas. America loses 2 points.
Yep, down I go.
In Europe,
Russia.
Russia loses 2 points. In the Middle East, North Africa, Russia loses 4 points from the threat of the EU and Americas. In Africa, Russia loses 2 points. Because you two have both got military focus, haven't you? So you're effectively 3 and Pete's 2.
Yeah.
In here, Russia loses 2 points. Ouch. And in here, China loses 2 points.
No.
Oh no, because I'm
you're
military
fine. You're
focus.
sorry.
We're all
So I've got +1 defense.
Yeah.
And then it isn't round 3, so we don't score the regions. And
No.
now we go to round 3 of the game. Draw
He
cards.
gets-
Everybody draws 6 cards. 1, 2, 3.
1,
Sure.
2, 3,
Okay.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
Now I need to look at these before choosing my focus.
Was that a
Yeah.
Okay, right. Reveal country cards. So let's have some more countries that come out. And now everybody produces their primary. Sorry, no, turn order first. Turn order. So Pete.
Very much your choice.
Yes. And there was a question earlier on. And since one of the designers is in the chat, are you allowed to go to negative victory points? So currently Pete has no points. What happens if he was to lose points from threat? Can he go negative? We will get you an answer to that soon. But yes, Pete, where would you like to go in turn order?
I think I'll go
First or last?
last.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Next is America.
I'll go first.
Next is Europe.
You?
I'll go. Do I have to worry about China? No, I think I'm good. So I'll go second.
So I'm going to choose to go third again.
Yeah.
It's my position. Right, now we all produce our primary resources.
Yeah.
So I gain energy.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2.
And the answer is you can't go negative, so you stay at 0.
That makes sense.
I think that's Pete's plan, is
Yeah.
stay at 0, so it doesn't matter how much he gets hit, he doesn't lose anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've got nothing to lose,
you can't lose what you haven't got.
Exactly. Good strategy. Like,
What was that song by C16? I started off with nothing and I've still got most of it left.
Yeah.
That's my position.
right, Americans choose focus.
Yes. I'm going to go diplomatic because enough bloodshed has been shed. There's been too much horror, death, and destruction.
So
and I
you
haven't
get
caused nearly enough of it.
Ready 5 of your
So I'm
country
going to bring
cards.
everything back online again. So we just this one jumping. We just use the top one.
I think you just use the top one, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initiate diplomacy.
If you want to move your playable down a bit,
Yeah, of course, can.
because then we've got space for
More space
Yeah.
for the actual, the symbols, which are
Yeah.
starting to crash into each other. And
You can. Well, you can't improve your diplomacy production.
Nope,
you
but I
can now
pay
buy
15
the
to
5
to
diplomacy.
jump my diplomacy up to 10.
Right. Next, Europe. Which focus would you like?
I approach a podium and I lean into the mic and I go, now is the time for peace.
Okay.
Now is the time
Are you listening?
for diplomacy.
Good
And
to
now is
tune
the time
So,
to talk
okay.
and have
So
conversations
so
and
you-
reach out.
you get to ready how many of your country cards? 4?
4 of them. Yeah.
Marcus feels that this time of difficulty between our two nations,
Yeah.
he should reach out to Peter and say,
No.
that's what you get. Yeah.
I have shown my military force, and now I pull
You
back.
certainly have. I mean, look at all those tanks all over
That's
the
a lot of tanks.
Yeah. Our national symbol is now a balalaika that's been run over by a tank.
Okay. And then do you want to increase your diplomacy production?
So if I do that, 5, 6, I don't have the 15 needed to increase it back up anyway. So I won't,
Okay, then
but
do
I
you-
will pay the 12.
12 for 4 diplomacy.
Yeah.
Okay. Me next. So I was also going to go diplomatic focus this turn.
Come, brother, join us. Stop the horror.
It's kind of where I was leaning towards, because I want to refresh these country cards basically. So I am going to choose diplomacy as well. So we're going to flip that one. We're going to flip that one, and there's going to be a scoring round for this.
Yeah.
Mustn't forget that.
We're going to flip that one, and we're going to flip that one. Okay, then am I going to spend 7 to increase my diplomacy production? I am not, but I am going to spend 9 to produce 3 diplomacy, and that's my focus done. And Russia, which focus would you like?
I think I'm going to stay military.
Uh,
I've already that one.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
That one.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can spend 6 to increase your production of tanks.
Not at the moment.
Okay, and now you can build up to 4 armies. Each one costing you a food and a raw materials. And what did you produce? You produced diplomacy, so you don't flip either of your cards over, and you produce diplomacy, so you don't flip either of your cards over.
That's right.
2.
2 more. Okay.
Because they're being peaceful.
That's right. Yeah, because when it
Right.
goes disaster goal, just keep pouring more resources into the
Okay.
never ending
To
frag
be fair though, that just means that he just has to not put anything here and be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put one
there,
here
and
and,
it's
be
all fine.
fine.
One in Europe.
Or one in Europe. Well, one in
That's-
Europe means he's winning.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
bit
that's-
dodgy, yeah.
At the same time, he's massively behind.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, he's going to put more in. You know it. Yeah.
Are we going to
Well,
keep throwing our
Since
resources?
I've got 2 tanks and they've got 11.
So why would you start a war with us?
And yeah.
Okay, right, we're into the action phase,
Yep.
I believe.
Yep.
Yes,
So I
action
will
phase starting with America.
Yep. America will start by doing a growth strategy and play produce resources. So first things first, I'm going to produce my food, which gets me up 3.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Next, I'm going to produce my services.
So when
Each
you
of
produce
which
services,
requires
you
a-
can produce up to 4 of them,
Yep.
each one costing you energy and food.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4. Which
And
now,
because you've produced services, you flip over
Flip
your cards,
these.
which means the services, America now has
Can-
surplus services for sale.
yep, and then because I'm fine for the consumer goods, I actually just want to get a few more bits of military around. So I'm also going to produce tanks, which is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Do you mind if I flip these over instead? Is that right?
3 more
My
tanks?
4.
on the top.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I've got other things to do with them. It's good to have them in reserve because I do have access to the US Navy, which means in a one shot I could spam tanks onto the map if I was forced to. Don't force me to.
If I was forced to, don't force my hands.
Okay, over to the EU.
EU.
Hello.
EU.
I would like to trade.
Okay.
So I get to trade and then I invest in an allied country.
Okay, so
2
2 imports and 2 exports.
Indeed. So my exports are going to be food.
So you can export how much food
So I can export 4 food.
if you wanted to.
Yeah, so I'm going to export 2 food to Jordan,
Mhm.
1 food to Nigeria, and then 1 food to Iran.
Yeah, so 4 food has been exported. You
Yeah.
get 20 money.
Then I will. I really want to get rid of a tank, but I can't. So I will get rid of that.
You're
Norway.
exporting services to Norway.
Yeah,
That's 15. So there's your 2 exports. And what about your imports?
Don't want to give you money. Don't need that. I don't need that.
We've got some lovely consumer goods here.
But I do. I don't need consumer goods.
Want to buy a microwave?
I will. I don't need to. But thank you so much.
You sure?
That's very kind of you, but I don't need a microwave
Okay.
right now. But that's very nice.
What about a solar-powered kettle?
No, but what I will do though, I will spend some money with my potential Russian allies, and I will spend.
You can buy some raw materials.
Yeah, so I'm going to spend 6 and buy 2 raw materials.
Flip over one of those.
And if I wanted to, I could spend another 6 and move my ore up as well, right?
As a second import.
Yeah. But that's fine. I'm just going to do the 1. Have 6. There you go.
So you bought 2 raw materials.
Yeah. I did do a diplomacy. I did interact with another
Another player.
player, so that goes up.
You do have 1 import left, though, I believe.
Yeah, and I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Then I'm going to spend 10. Going to invest in Nigeria.
Right.
Oh. That one.
So you spent 10,
Yeah.
you get an FDI, and you get to put a cube in Africa, which is 3 points. Okay.
China.
Yes. I'm going to play a card face down.
Mm. Which one?
I'm going to do rapid industrialization. I'm going to spend 5, 15, or 30. I'm going to spend 30 to increase 3 of my productions, and then I get 2 points for each production increased this way.
Nice.
So I get 6 points because I'm increasing
You are increasing
3 of my productions,
Yeah.
and I'm going to increase energy.
It's the one you struggle with the most, isn't it?
Raw materials. And food.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just,
I'll just
a
increase
trifecta,
those 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. That's my action done.
Right.
Russia. Deploy
diplomatic
Operation Ice Cream Ban.
Improve relations with the country on the board. I made an engage.
Hey, we're going to see the engage action. Round
Hey.
3, the first time we see it.
So let's have Venezuela.
So that's going to cost you 2
No,
diplomacy.
Oh, you get to do both. Cool.
He gets to do both, yeah.
Nice.
So 2
Yes,
diplomacy,
you
which you
can't
can't
engage.
reduce. But then you get to engage. So here's how the engage works. What you're doing is you're engaging with a region on the board. You have to have at least one allied country in that region. But the cost of doing so is diplomacy to place a cube in the region. And the cost depends on the region itself. But you can exhaust one or more countries of that region in order to reduce the cost. So this special card is a diplomatic trip. So you took a diplomatic trip to Venezuela, you've improved your relationship with them, and you can engage in that country's region. So it's going to cost you 4 diplomacy, but if you exhaust Venezuela, you can reduce that cost to 2. But you're not going to, so you get to put a cube in here. And that is the third of the main ways of getting cubes on the board. So just as a reminder, building a base gets you a cube. Investing in a country gets you a cube. And engaging in a region gets you a cube. And then the fourth way we've seen of getting cubes is when you improve your relations with a country that you already had relations with. That can get you a cube as well. So you've gone into there. You got the point?
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. We know he hasn't got the point because, yes, now he does. Right. All done.
All done.
America.
Back to me.
I got the
I'm
three
going to
from
do
there,
my
don't I?
second
Yeah.
growth card.
Yeah.
Yep, I drew them both. I'm going to take a growth card this time.
Okay, so you've got a level 1 growth card,
So I
which
must take
means
the level
he
2.
must take a level 2 growth card.
Sorry, can I change my mind
Of course, mate, yeah.
and put those 2 back? Is that all right?
Yeah, of course.
Yes. And I will spend 2 diplomacy
And 2 services
and 2 services.
for knowledge transfer. So once per round, you may draw 2 cards, and then you
Oh,
discard
that's
2
the
cards
one
per
I
hand.
wanted.
Not
I'll
the
take
one you
the
wanted.
that one that lets me burn the cards.
That's
Sorry,
reduced
top one.
bureaucracy.
15 cash, sorry. 15
It's
cash rather
reduced
than...
bureaucracy.
Yep.
So once per round, you may draw a card from your deck, and then you trash a card from your hand.
So,
And it's 4 points. It's an immediate 4 points.
and then I will activate it now. So I will tap it to show I've used it this
Yep.
time. Draw a card from my deck.
We can't quite see those cards, but
But I'm going to struggle. I'll struggle to get them all.
how about putting them on here? There you go. Have a bit of extra space.
Did manage to reduce bureaucracy. So I've drawn a card, drawn a bonus card, and then
Yep,
I'm going
and then
to.
you trash a card from your hand.
I will trash this basic trade card
Okay, that just goes out of the game.
because I've got much better ones. Than
Marcus, you'll go, I believe.
Yep, sure is. I am going to improve some relations. So I'm going to improve some relations with. Yeah, I'll improve with. Why is this harder than I thought? I will improve with. I'll do Moldova.
Okay. So it costs you 1 diplomacy. Okay, and that's it?
Yeah.
Right, me. Do I? Well, I was going to do that, but I've only got 7 money because I've just done rapid industrialization. So I think in which case I need to do this. Dominant power. So I'm going to engage in a region. We're all at it now. But I get the discount of 1 because I'm diplomatic focus. And I get another discount of 1 for each army that I have in that region. So I'm going to engage in Central Asia. So the normal cost of diplomacy there is 4, reduced by 1 for this, reduced by 1 for that. So it costs me 2 diplomacy. And I'm going to put a cube there, which gets me a point, but it also means that this is now going to score. Okay, Russia.
improve relations. I think I'll improve. Am I still on the map?
Yep.
Just about. I can go to there, can't I?
Mhm.
Right, I'm going to improve relations with South Korea, I think.
Yeah.
Costs
That
me
has a value of
3.
3, which you can't reduce because you don't have any other countries in that area.
Yep.
And that's that done.
Okay, back to me. I will tap into new markets. So first things first, I improve relations with a country on the board. I'm going to improve relations with Laos.
They're my friends.
Yep, my friends, I can't have a base there. That costs me 1 because I'm not going to burn 3 from Japan.
Yeah.
And then I may trade or invest in that country. I'm actually going to choose to invest in it.
So it costs you 10.
That costs me 10,
Flip it over, put a thing on, and get a cube in here.
which I'll put on the permanence and get +1.
1 point. Okay. Over to Europe.
Over to Europe.
I'm gonna improve relations.
We're all at it. Just the way the cards have come out.
Improve relations with.
You know what I need. Yes. Okay. I see now.
I will improve with. We'll take Israel.
Who are you taking?
Israel.
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 Okay. So 3 diplomacy.
Yeah.
You could reduce it if you wanted.
Could reduce it. You know what? I will reduce it.
Reduce
Reduce
it
it by
to-
3.
So you're getting around.
it's free.
You're getting around to cooperate with Israel. To,
Yeah.
Yep. Because that's
Remember, this game is
This
set in
is a different world.
2010.
It's 2010.
This game is set in 2010.
Different world.
Different world to where we are now.
Different simulation. Cool. All done.
Yeah, well, everybody else seems to be improving relations, and I think I'll do the same. So I'm going to improve relations. Now, I kind of want to sell this food, so I want to do diplomatic relations with a country which is going to want my food and possibly sells me some oil. For example, Algeria. They want my food, and they have, so we'll take
they
it.
have oil. Yeah.
We'll take it. 2 diplomacy. I have improved my relationships with Algeria. Right. That's me done. Russia. This is our 3rd action, isn't it?
Yeah, we're shooting through.
Build a base.
If we haven't got a complex trade action, then it's relatively quick and brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Build a base in Syria, I think. Which costs me 5. Exhaust it.
So it's 5 for the base, and then another 5 to move the army in there.
5 to move an army in.
Which is now equalizes in the Middle East.
Mhm.
Excellent.
Because you've got military focus.
Yeah.
So that's +1 defense and +1 threat.
So we're all,
So it's
we're
all-
all friends.
Everybody's
We're all-
friends
We're all friends now.
1 influence.
because you built a base. So it's 3 points.
That's what I go. Oh, I may produce a tank.
Okay. I will do an engage.
So your final action of the 3rd
I'm
round.
going to have some engagement in East Asia.
So it's going to cost you 5 diplomacy.
Yep, I've got absolutely ton of diplomacy, so I'm just going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because I want to keep them back rather.
Yep.
Buying
I guess you're going to put a permanent cube on there.
Yep, which gets me 1 VP.
And that
one
means that
value.
area is now going to score.
Yep.
Okay. Marcus.
Hello. I am going to.
Bit of a different financial position to the test game.
Yeah.
Well, I think in the test game I wasn't focusing on getting tanks to the
No.
board. I was focusing on trade, so I had stacks of cash this big.
You were
but,
doing a lot of trading.
but now I had to focus on military last turn and then grabbing territory this turn. So
5, 6. So you're going to get that. Not stitching, not that. So that's fine. So I'm gonna do some. Yeah, I'm gonna do some humanitarian aid.
Okay.
But I am just gonna flip over Israel
Yeah.
and grab Iraq.
Okay. I think we are now off camera with
I can go
all of the
above
countries.
maybe for a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think it's just nature of the board. There's just
You all done?
information.
Yeah. Hold on.
Right. So I am going to play foreign trade to trade. So the
Nice.
first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to export food. So I've got 3 places that want my food. So I'm going to sell 3 food, and that gets me 5 each. So that's 15. That's my first export done. My second export will be some of this raw materials, and I've got 1, 2, 3 places that want my raw materials. That gets me another 15. Right. I've then got Pakistan, who wants one of my tanks. So I'll sell a tank to Pakistan for 20. Right, that's my 3 exports done. Now, my 3 imports, we are going to import some consumer goods. Now, you've got no cards and none on there.
No.
So thankfully, I have Pakistan will sell me 3 lots of consumer goods. So that's 30
I'm sorry.
for
I
3 of
will, I
those.
will have some soon.
I would
Please wait
prefer
for this.
to have bought yours than the ones from Pakistan.
I completely get that.
No offense.
I currently have a phone chip shortage, and once that's sorted, we'll be fine.
Now, I am also going to import energy. So I'm going to import 1 energy from Algeria and 2 energy from Russia. So 1, 2, 3, and that's 6 money to you and 3 money to the bank. That's my second import. I'm now seeing the benefit of the 3 and 3.
Giving you a lot
The benefit of the what?
Being able to export.
an import.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
exported that, and tanks.
Yeah,
I've
it's very
imported
good.
that. But I do only have 15 money left. So do I want to import services is about the only other thing that I can
I have
import?
plenty of lovely services standing by.
And I don't think I want to.
Oh, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No.
You want some
Let me
fancy
go-
Western
I
services,
don't
maybe?
I think Rob's got a PowerPoint presentation for you. Let's go for
I
it.
can demonstrate why you should be importing US services.
You're going to offer to come around and sweep my floors?
Yeah.
No, thank you. I think I'm good with.
If,
I'm good with
if that's
services.
what you want to refer to it as,
I've not done this at all. But that's it. That's my 4 turns done. Pete,
I'm going to build a base
let's see. Where are you building a base?
in Armenia.
Okay.
Exhaust Armenia.
So 5 for the base and 5 to move the army in there.
was that Armenia?
It is Armenia in
Yeah,
Central Asia.
I thought Armenia, so I was thinking of
So I build a
Europe.
base
Armenia.
and
So you put a cube in here,
put a
which
cube,
goes on there for 4 points.
cube in there.
Oh, Central Asia. So I was
Yeah.
I thought you were playing Africa.
Two,
No. It's good because
And
Yeah, it's
you'll be
helpful.
winning there, not getting 2 points,
Yeah.
also sharing 4 points here plus 2.
taking
So
2 points
it's
away.
I think it's positive.
good. No, it's good. Good play.
It's balancing the map out a bit more.
Yeah.
That's the end of my go.
Okay, so we now go into research turns. Starting with
A
America.
lot of
Dis-
military pieces.
discard all of your.
They burn.
Yeah.
So I have got
What have you
9 cash and 4 tech. So I'll put that in to take a 10. Research first. Now, I think I will take this initiate restructuring.
Yeah,
Cost
it
me
wasn't going to get around to
7.
me.
So drawing 3, trashing and playing another. So that'll help cycle the deck. So that's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good old Saudi Arabia's backing me up on that one. I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've still got 12. What else have we got? Ooh. Now, bases are useful. I think I will take this well-laid plans. It's
For
going
5.
For 5. That'll be Turkey and Qatar. And think those two of those back over. I will hold it there.
Okay,
Thank
Marcus. Reveal your remaining cards in your
Yeah,
hand.
we'll do. Remaining
What did you
cards
get?
are a growth strategy and a foreign trade.
So you
So I
get
get
five
5
money.
money.
You have 4 research points at
I'll
the
just-
moment.
Take this 10, put this 5 back. And then I get 4. So I will. You pass me the minimize bureaucracy card, please.
Just to have a look at.
Yeah. Just going to play it. Interesting.
You want? You like?
I do like. I don't know whether I want. And then the other blue card. And sorry, just one more time, the trade card. Thank you. Well, minimize bureaucracy.
So you've got 4, so you've spent your 4 on that.
Yes. There's too much bureaucracy, one might say.
Do you now want to exhaust any countries for
No,
any
I'm fine, thank you.
extra stuff?
That's very nice.
So I get 12 money.
Unless you refresh a country, invest in it, but without tapping it, so
This allows me to basically burn it.
to draw.
Take one of those cards and use it automatically.
So I've got 4
Just it's letting you sort of have a sneak peek of what these are going to be when they come up.
Yeah.
research,
But I'm thinking there's 2 more people left, so
and I've got all of these. What colour am I? Red.
Yeah.
So I've got 4. I'm going to exhaust that for 5. And then I'm going to use those 5 to take that. And then a new one comes out.
Just more permanent influence. Just to
Sure.
lock it down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
wow, it's going for it.
The power play. It's got pictures of tanks on it. Got to take it.
It's got pictures. It's got tanks on it.
There's
Can't take
there's
it.
another tank.
Your villains produce
That's
tanks. Then
me
move
done.
to 3 tanks. For each region which you moved your tanks, you have the most tanks.
But that's the juice, so you have to pay for it, right?
Yeah,
Produce, yeah.
Yeah.
Pete, reveal your cards.
Okay.
So 8 money. You've got 5 research points from your cards. Anything you like the look of?
What are we thinking, Pete?
Struggling to read that bit. Nearly there. I think I might have this one.
So that's your 5. You potentially have 7 more if you wanted it.
It's still making me sweat, Pete.
He's taking these red cards.
No, he's making me not relax. I'm just be like, all right, okay, I get you.
So I've got that many victory points. I've got
Yeah.
half as many tanks as you, and
Yeah.
yet you're the one that's feeling stressed.
Yeah, I think it's as Pete doesn't take the military, he immediately loses in these areas.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah.
So he's
It's fine if it's readjust to not lose points. It's fine.
It's, reset one of your temporary
So resetting a temporary influence means moving it to the end. So it basically keeps it in there for longer.
So, for example, if there was 2 there and I reset, I would go down
You
there.
would, yeah.
It's not that. It doesn't.
It's not great. Once these are filled up, it will have more of an impact.
Yes.
Yeah. Like Africa, it's pretty good because it has such a short track. So,
And to be fair, yellow losing that cube there isn't going to impact that much because you've already got so many cubes in that area.
Yeah.
It's not going to affect you a big.
it's still good to have
I'll
it.
take this one for it costs me an extra 4 points. So let's spend that.
We've all done our things, so I'll get rid of that card. Okay, right. We now go into the aftermath phase.
Yep.
Return on investments.
So I'll take my
You got 2. I
3
thought I did more.
from
Oh, I get 6.
6.
Laos.
Increased prosperity. I am going to spend 4 consumer goods to move up to there for 15 money
I will as well.
and
1,
5
2, 3,
points.
4. I'll have 4 points, please, and I get 20 cash.
I don't, unfortunately, but that's okay.
Right, resolve threat. So in the Americas,
Yep, I'm threatened, so US goes down by 2.
America is threatened, so America loses 2 points. In Europe,
Russia is threatened.
well, no, because Russia's got a military
Front
focus.
defense, you're
So
okay,
we've
yeah.
got 1 threat. Russia has.
Oh,
1
even if you don't
defense.
have anything there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So nothing there. In here, again, it's a standoff because Russia has 1
Yeah.
extra defense, so it's 3, 3, and 3. In Africa, it's a standoff.
Yeah.
In Central Asia, however, China is threatened, so China loses 2 points.
Yeah.
34. And here, China loses another 2 points for being threatened there.
That's okay. You need to put down a little bit.
And now, for those people still watching the video, we now score the regions. And remember, scoring only happens at the end of round 3 and 6. And everything we've been doing here is all about this. So we go through each region. And first of all, let's look at the Americas. The top section is not full, which means that's it. It doesn't score. We skip it completely. Let's now go to Africa. The top section is full, which means we score the region. So scoring happens in 2 ways. First of all players get 1 point per cube. So 2 for Europe, 1 for Russia, 1 for China. Then the player with the most cubes gets the highest number of points listed. Second most there, third most there. If it's a tie, it goes to the player with the most tanks. And if it's still tied, all players get the lower position. So in this case, yellow is going to get 7. White is going to get 4 because they've got tie break, and red is going to get 2. Now, let's do the Middle East. It scores because the top area is full. First of all, yellow is going to get 5 points just for the cubes. Blue is going to get 2. White is going to get 2. But now, who's got the most cubes? It's Europe. So you get 10 points. Second most is blue with 2 cubes and 3 tanks. So you get 7 points.
27.
Third place is Russia with 4 points. And then this extra dummy player would get,
Nothing.
So
Nada.
Europe does not score.
What would be really embarrassing is if you were outscored by
But
the
Central Asia does score. It is 2 points for white. It is 2 points for red. And then because they've got the same number of cubes and the same number of tanks, they both get 4 points. South Asia does not score. East Asia Pacific does score. Blue is going to get 13 points in total. And red is going to get 7. That is the scoring for the regions. But if you've been watching this video, you may have wondered what these tiles are. That's because every time we do a scoring phase, we are also going to score for these 3 things here. This one is for the number of allied countries that you have. And if you have 2 cards for the same country, that's 1 country. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 7 allied countries.
8.
8.
So you 3 all have 8.
Yeah.
Which means I believe
You all
you all
get
get 2 points and I don't get any. This one is simply the amount of money that you currently have.
41.
37.
51.
45.
Have I got most?
Yeah.
Wow.
You did. Your last turn was a big trade.
You did a
yeah.
big prosperity and a
So I
trade.
get 5 points.
Yeah.
Who was second?
53. Russia gets
Russia is second with 3. And third?
US with 1.
Right. And then this is the number of tanks you have on the board. So I have 3.
5.
You've got 6. So you get 6 points for having the most.
Yeah.
Second is
America
with 5. And the third
is
is
3.
Russia with 4. Right. That's it. That's the scoring round done. So the current scores...
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I must now, because the America have a special rule.
Is that not end of game?
No, it's at the end of each scoring.
Oh, right.
No,
America
it's
has
quite
special
nasty.
scoring. If they're not great, they lose points.
Yeah.
So explain how this works, Rob.
So every time there's a scoring phase, we count the number of regions in which the US has the most influence or is tied for most. If I haven't got at least 4 where I'm winning or tied for first, I take a reputational hit.
So that's here. You're only in
Actually, I
one.
have 2 because I am. Although we didn't
Oh,
score,
yeah.
I am still tied for
Right.
first position, but nowhere else. So, I
you're-
only have
you're
2
down.
which means I lose 4 victory points.
There we go.
Now, if I had none, I'd have lost 8. But I have at least 4, so it's 2, 4, 6, 8 from
Got
3,
it.
2,
Yeah,
3, 2,
got
1, 0.
So scoring phase is done. We currently have 53 points for Europe and China. We have 42 points for America. We have 31 points for Russia. If you were watching this video just to get an idea of how the game plays, you've now seen it. You've seen all of the actions. You've seen 3 rounds of the game, and you've seen the scoring. We are going to carry on playing. We are going to play this game till the end because we still feel like we're building stuff up. But I think at this point, you've probably seen enough of the game to help you make a decision about whether it's the kind of game that you would like. Right, round 4. Off we go.
Mid-game shakes. Well done, sir. No, no. Mid-game shakes. Well done, sir. Mid-game shake.
Draw 6 cards.
Just 6 cards.
We reveal new country cards. Now, one thing that nobody's done is play a card face down for 10 money.
Yes.
That
I
feels
think that
very
feels
much
like,
I've mucked something up.
Well,
Yeah, or I haven't got anything.
Yeah,
I almost did it. I had 3 cards in hand at the end of last round, and 2 of them were invest, and I only had 6 money. So I actually couldn't play those 2 cards. Right, next is determine turn order.
Yeah.
Pete, where would you like to go in turn order?
I think I'll go last again.
I'll go first again then.
Second.
I'll go second.
Oh, I'll go third again.
Yeah.
Right, next is
I feel like I'm in a military war.
primary resources. So everybody gets their primary resources.
So I get 1,
2,
get 2.
1, 2, 3.
Now, determine focus.
Yes.
Where was it?
I'm going to switch my focus to domestic.
So you get to ready 1 country card
To
plus an
invade.
extra 1.
Yep. So he ready. Saudi Arabia and Turkey. I may spend 8 cash, and I will, to boost my. Although even though I can't produce enough of them this turn, I'm still going to produce my consumable goods production up, and I'll then produce. And I'm going to produce 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 consumer goods,
And services.
and then services. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll have +2 research at the end of the turn.
The European Union, what focus would you like? This is, of course, after you've seen the 6 cards.
Yeah. What focus would I like? I would like a. I would like a military focus.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'll go for domestic.
Okay. So you can ready 2 country
2
cards.
countries, yeah. Shall we?
And you can improve any one of your productions by spending 7.
Yes, that's true. So let's do that. So
Anyone.
5, 6, 7. So it includes anything, literally
Absolutely
anything.
anything.
That's good. So I'll increase my phones.
And then you can produce both consumer goods and services, up to 4 of each.
Yeah. So I'm
Spend-
gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. To get 4 of these,
Mhm.
and these flip over,
Yep.
and that's it.
Okay.
So I'm going to choose diplomatic focus. I'm going to ready 4 countries, which is going to be that one, that one, that one, and that one. And then I'm going to spend. So do I do that? No. No, I'm not going to spend 7, but I am going to spend 9 to produce 3 diplomacy. And Russia, which focus would you like?
I'm going to stay military, and I will.
I'm
just wondering whether it's going to be of benefit because it's locking you out from.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's one of those, and he's still behind, so it's fine.
Mm.
All depends what happens now, really.
Because it's not like I can just decide to use NATO, like my US Navy, and just.
You can spend 6
Rover
to increase your
across the
production of
board.
armies,
Don't
Yeah.
want to
and then you can produce armies, up to 4 of them.
produce 2.
Okay.
Which is all I can produce.
Right, off we go then. Actions
Right.
for round 4.
Actions.
So, I will start by triggering my reduced bureaucracy again to draw a card, and then trash a card. That's burned out of the game.
Mhm.
I will then play my initiate restructuring. So I draw 3 cards. Which allows me to trash another card. I'll trash his other improved relations because I'm just burning off all my starting cards. To play another card. And I will draw 2 cards. And then play another card from my hand.
Oh, we're cumbering. We're doing it. We're on the card chain. Chugga, 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 chugga.
And I think for a nice, simple, actual turn, because that was sort of one. I'm going to improve relations with a country on the board. So the relations I'm going to improve is Mexico,
So you play the card, allows you to draw a card and trash a card, and then
which I then
Yeah.
play another card, which let me draw 2 cards and play one. And now I'm fine.
oh, so you
So
play the card that allows you to draw cards.
Actually, no. I triggered this, which lets
Yeah.
me draw a card and trash a card.
Oh yeah,
Then I played the actual card, which is draw 3 cards,
yeah,
trash a card from hand to play a card.
brilliant.
I play that card, which is draw 2 cards, play a card.
Love it.
And the card I play is that one, which is letting me improve relations, which is going to be with my friends Mexico.
Rob, I couldn't have been more on board.
I spend 1, 2, 3. Mexico is the advanced, comes on, and I'll immediately flip it
To put a cube in here.
to put a cube, as they say,
Permanent or temporary.
a permanent.
1 point for blue.
1 point for blue
And that area is now going to score
in the end of round
at the
6.
end of the game.
Bang.
Right. Marcus, if your turn is less impressive than Rob, I will be very disappointed.
I'm really sorry because it's gonna be. I'm just gonna strengthen an alliance. So build a base in an allied country. You may choose a country even if it already has a base in it. So I'm gonna choose Norway.
You build a second base
second
in
base,
Norway.
yeah.
Yep.
So I flip this over.
Yeah, it's 10 money, 5 for the base, 5 for the army.
Yeah, but I don't have to move an army in, right?
You do.
Oh, you have to
Yeah,
move
when
an
you build a
army in.
base, you have to move at
Have
least
to
one
move an
army in.
That's fine. Cool.
And you put another base,
Another base
there,
on here.
and you add a cube to Europe
Yeah, which is going to be up here.
for a point. Okay, right, me. Options. So many options. think the first thing I'm going to do is yeah. Okay. Right. Sure. I'm just going to do something really simple. I'm going to play new allies, and I'm going to improve relations with the country on the board.
Cool.
And we're going to improve relations with Tajikistan by exhausting Tajikistan.
It's about time.
So I put it in. I spend nothing to do so, and then I'm going to flip it over, and I am going to place a cube in here, which is 3 points. 8.
First of all, I'm going to initiate restructuring. So I draw 3 cards. Now may trash a card from my hand to play another one. I'm going to trash. Three reinforcements in order to play another card.
And he's just staying until the net scoring as well.
What's that? The tanks and stuff, the cubes,
tanks
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a 2-player game, you would just use
Right,
that
okay.
side of the tile.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's interesting. We got lots of 6 and 7 costing cards earlier, and now the cards are
Dropping down the cheap
like
side.
3s and 4s.
Yeah, we got some big boys.
Yeah, those 7s are really good, aren't they? Because they're like 2 actions in 1.
Yeah.
I'll improve relations with Uzbekistan.
The Uzbekistans. It's a new one.
Is that colour?
No, no.
I think so. If you flip it over,
Oh, is it?
it is. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's very goes with them. That's my go.
Really? But those are completely different. That one's yellow, blue, and
When you play,
blue, and
Well,
yellow.
it's just it's
It's completely different.
It's different.
It's completely different colours. Oh no, sorry.
you're looking at the flag.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rob, this is how flags work.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the flags were completely
The
different.
flags are
I
completely
thought
different.
I thought you were taking it as it was.
Oh no, it's the
Up.
same
That's-
region.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why I was
You thought it was
confused.
the same country.
Yeah, that's why I was confused.
Right. Okay.
here's the USA.
On that subject,
Yeah.
yellow. Oh, it's a different yellow, blue, red flag.
Slightly different. Yeah.
How many flags in the world have the same?
Well, there's red, white, and blue, isn't
There's
there?
a really small number of sort of actual.
I will
colours,
say
yeah.
I'm going to say there's quite a lot of flags in the world.
There's a number of them that all seem to use the same.
Yeah. There's red, white, and blue. In
And,
three- in
and,
different.
red, yellow, and blue are some
Yeah.
of the really popular ones.
Fun with flags.
You done, Pete?
I am.
Right, I shall play.
Fun with
I'm not
flags.
playing a card that calls me to do a mass stacking this time. It's just a new strategic partner.
Boring.
I will improve relations with my good friends in Iceland to take the Iceland.
Oh, the other Iceland.
the other
card.
Iceland.
Right. Are you then immediately flipping it?
I am not, because instead I'm going to build a base on it.
Ah.
But it does get flipped to get a military base,
Only America can build a base in Iceland.
which costs me 10.
5 for the base, 5 for the
Base,
army.
5 for the tank.
Gets you a cube on the board.
Cube on the board, which gives me another 1 VP.
Permanent.
You're going to do a permanent?
Oh yeah, 1
Good
VP.
lad.
Score it, isn't it?
I've got to get so many areas sort of with
That's
me,
true. Yeah.
with me
That
in
is
charge,
true.
otherwise it causes one hell of a headache.
You're next,
Me?
I believe.
I am going to do a steady partnership. Invest in an allied country. You may choose a. Is there an invest? Before I do that, is there an invest on the board?
There is a ready and allied country and then invest in it without exhausting it. So, yes.
Okay. Do I have to? Oh yeah, I can do that. That's fine. So actually, I will do this instead. I will minimize bureaucracy. To trash this card when you play it, research a card costing up to 6 for free and
right.
immediately play it.
Oh, right.
So I'll play the one that allows me
So
to
that
ready.
goes out of the game. Yeah, that card goes out the game.
You burn that.
Yeah.
You immediately take that one and play it.
No, burn. It's dead.
So yeah, it's gone. And then let's just
Inside.
this gets played instead.
Mhm.
So a ready allied country. So I'm going to ready Norway.
Yep.
And then invest in that country without exhausting it.
So I spent 10 money.
I don't think I paid for that. I didn't flip that to pay for it, did I?
I don't know.
I
Okay.
don't
It
think
wasn't,
I
it
did,
wasn't the
so I'm
card
paying
used
for
as
it.
a special, was it?
All done?
Oh, no, not all done yet because I did that, which allows me to do this.
Oh, yes, you've
I'll
invested in
place that
country.
there.
So another point for yellow. Well, I'm going to engage in a region. And I'm going to engage in the Americas, which I can do because I've got improved relationship with Cuba. So the default cost is 4, but because I've got a diplomatic focus, it's reduced to 3. So 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to put that there for 3 points. And that's it. I engaged. I added a cube. That's my go done.
Whiskies.
Yep, Pete.
That's cool. I like that.
Trade. I may count either energy or resources double. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to sell all 10 of them for 50.
I got my point right for that.
Yes.
That makes sense. Cool.
And sell anything else. I'll sell 2 of those for 30. And then I'll start importing.
He's got a lot of money, which you can't quite see. And anything there. Yeah, there we go.
It's just about okay. Then I'm going to, right, I need some of this. So I've got 1, 2,
You're importing.
I'm importing 1, 2, 3.
That's energy.
Oh, it's energy. Oh, right. So I'm importing 2 of those.
Would you like some vacuum cleaners?
I also have some for you as well, if you would like.
Fancy services. You always need services.
So I can buy from the EU and China.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll buy from my very, very friendly friends at the EU.
Please do. I'm glad you come round to our thinking. It's very nice of you. There you go.
So that gives me a total of 3. Did I pay for the...
You didn't pay for those.
So that doesn't flip, does it? No. So that's buying those. And
You can. Is that product, sir? Because you can't buy and sell the same thing.
You didn't.
Okay, cool.
You've not sold consumer goods, have you? You've
No,
just imported
You
them.
mass sold your oil.
Yeah.
I've sold oil.
Yeah.
And I've sold
Services.
Yeah, and now you're buying
So
in
buy-
things.
buy-
Yeah, you're fine.
buy consumer goods.
And now I'm choosing what else to buy. Can buy services.
You've just sold services, haven't you?
I've
Yeah.
just sold services, so I can't buy services. So I can't buy anything else.
You can buy another phone from.
Yeah, I'm not going to. So I'll just leave it there.
Okay.
So I get that
Okay.
because I bought from elsewhere.
America.
Yep, I will do some trade. So, when I import from allied countries, I pay 5 less per transaction. So,
Wow.
as in for the total, not,
Right,
not
okay.
per that'd be insane. So first things first, I'm going to sell services. Now I have 7 services available, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 services
Nice.
customers. So that's 105.
What?
Yeah.
Careful with the microphone.
Sorry. 105. 15 times 7.
Okay. 105 money. Wow.
105 money.
Yep.
Nice.
Which was all my services that I built up, but you know, I'm not using this time. And then I'll also just shift the tank over to Japan for another 20,000. But now buying, I think we are going to buy raw resources, which will be from Pete.
So you can 2 of them.
For 6.
That's 6.
1, 2. There you go. I don't think any of my people actually sell them. And then I was going to buy consumer goods, and I will buy in 3 more consumer goods for a total of 30.
10 each.
Yep, from my good friends in Japan.
You don't want mine?
2, 3.
Why is nobody wanting any mine?
I'm just thinking, actually. Is it worth getting a few more in whilst I'm at it?
You also can have one for me if you like as well.
Yes, I think I'll put that to 20 and say 2 10s. And 10k.
Thank you, America.
Hey.
2 more of them. And
Never a bad
a
word about
influence.
America.
Not what's a mini short anyway. And I still have 90 cash left. Oh, sorry, I tell a lie. Because I imported consumer goods from my allies, I get a discount of 5 because I bought all
because of the card.
but I bought all the ore from Russia, so I don't get discount.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right. All done.
Boom, boom.
Cool. I'm going to do a steady partnership. So because I flipped that over and did it as a resource, I can invest in an allied country. But choose a country even if you invested it in before, but no more than once. So I'm going to choose Norway again.
So he's had 2 military bases.
Yeah,
It's been invested in twice.
twice. We love Norway.
Wow. Gets you a cube in Europe.
Yeah. Cost me 10. And I'm going to take these 4 points.
4 points. Okay, you all done?
Yes.
So I am going to build a base in an allied country. So I'm going to build a base in Cambodia. So that's going to cost me 10 money, 5 for the base, and 5 to move the army in. And I get to put a cube here for 4 points.
Mhm.
Now, it does say you may place permanent influence even if there's no available slot. So if I wanted to, I could have put it there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put it there. And I think that's it. Yeah. Russia.
I'm going to. Um, I think I will play key economic partner. I will ready.
What I had.
Armenia.
And then invest in that country without exhausting it. So you get a cube in Central Asia. 2 points.
Okay.
Right. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay.
Done.
4th turn.
Yep.
Final turn of the round.
Ensure peace in the region. I engage in a region. I'm going to engage in Europe, which would be 5,
Would be
but
5.
I pay 1 less for each allied country you have in the same region. So that means it only costs me 4. And I drop a cube down in Europe on the last permanent slot for 1 VP.
Okay, so that's going to score.
Yep, I think everything.
Everything except South Asia is going to
is
score.
already scoring, and I imagine I might not need that. Not need that many to get it going. Right.
Me.
Marcus.
Maybe I should have gone there then, but that's fine. We'll do soft power. So engage in a region. If you engage in Europe or Middle East, North Africa, or Central Asia, pay 1 less. So I am going to engage in Europe.
Cost you 5.
Cost me 4
4.
because I'm engaging in Europe, so it
Yeah.
costs me 1 less. I go cube and I go here.
3 points.
3 points.
Yeah, we're going to start seeing cubes being knocked out now, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I'm working to get supremacy in 4 regions, or at least tied for supremacy in 4 regions.
All I can say is good luck.
My final action of the round is I'm going to trade. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sell food. So I'm going to export food. I can export 3 of it. 2, 3, which is 5 each. So food has been exported. I'm also going to export raw materials, which is 1, 2, 3, for another 15. And then the third thing I'm going to do is I haven't got any tanks. I think that's it. I think I'm just going to export 2 things. Yeah. So importing, I'm going to import some consumer goods. So I'm going to spend 40 because I'm going to buy 3 from Pakistan and 1 from Europe.
Why not?
So I get 4. It's not enough. I need 5. Oh, I've messed it up, haven't I?
You truck.
Right. What else can I import?
Lovely, lovely services.
Yeah. Let's import some energy from Russia. Some money. That's 2 things I've imported. And I'll have the diplomacy now before I forget. I think that's it because I'm going to produce energy, so there's no point in bringing it in from there. Yeah, I really need to be producing more mobile phones myself. Yeah, that's it. I traded. I gained diplomacy. That's it.
Cool.
Action done. So Russia for the final turn of round 4.
To produce 3 resources.
What are you going to produce?
Energy.
Energy. 5 of it. Diplomacy. Yeah. 4 of it at a cost of 12. One other type. Services is fuel and food. Or energy and food. You haven't got any food. Could make consumer goods.
I'm going to produce.
Yeah, 2 food.
2 food.
Yeah. Okay, we're all done, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So research turns. Starting with America. Discard your played cards. Reveal your remaining cards.
Yep, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. So that gets me 14 cash. 14 cash. 1 tank. And 3, 6, 7, 8, 10 science.
10 research. Wow.
10 research. So I'll start with convincing arguments for
Yeah.
1. But, so I've still got 6 left from there.
6
That's my cards. What have we got?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good
Ooh.
one.
It's,
That
good.
last one.
It's great for those who have loads of them.
Yeah.
I would like it, but we'll see if it gets.
Well, you're next.
Oh, that's true.
It's not that good to rob.
Yeah, isn't that good for me? I haven't really got. I'll take trade opportunity for another 4.
Mhm.
That means I've still got 2 from hand. Improve logistics, build base in my country. Yeah, I'll spend technically a bit of a waste, but I'll spend 3 from here along with the 2 from hand to take
For
improve
this?
logistics.
It's
Okay.
good. Then.
You all done?
Get a base down.
Oh, there's another one.
Oh,
Boom,
Right.
boom.
So discard your played cards
yeah, it's worth
and
getting.
reveal your
Okay.
next two.
So I get 8 money.
And 6 research plus an extra 2 for your domestic focus. You got 8.
5 is 8 money. So thank you. That's one. But I can't overspend there, right? So this 6 will just be 3. This 6 will just be on this one.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. It
And
just
then-
doesn't roll over from one round to the next.
I've got
There it is.
3
That is good.
That would have killed 4.
and 4.
Typical.
And I'll grab the other one as well.
The other one as well.
Well, that's tons of candidates.
Yeah.
And then it will build another one, then it'll get taken again.
Mm-hmm.
Good base another country, you may choose a country, even if it already has
Yeah.
a base on it, but not more than one.
Right, all done. I'm going to discard those cards. Reveal these. I get 2 money and I get 2 diplomacy.
I might also want that as well.
Okay, so I've got 4. What? Last one?
Yeah. It is good for Russia as well.
Thing is that, yeah, the cubes are all starting to get filled up a bit. But yeah, I can see that being good, but I kind of want this one.
Hey, you look into your global country running heart. And pick
Let's,
whatever you need.
let's flip that over. So 4 from the cards plus the 1 from there. That. We'll see what comes out. Prosperous times. Oh,
That's a good one.
oh, right. Pakistan and Algeria. Thank you, please. 5 prosperous times.
Yes, that'll help jump you back up the track.
Right. That is me done. Pete. Discard your cards. Reveal your remaining cards. Oh, you got 3.
He can't contain himself. He already wants it.
Got so it's 9 money.
9 money and a diplomacy.
Diplomacy. And
So currently 7 research.
7. I'll just read these.
Things are being moved around.
I
That's
think
there.
that's right. No, can't,
No, that is
can't be
right
a base then. It was
No.
there.
Has to be there.
But I don't have a tank in.
No, there can't be a base there. That's slightly wrong.
I think it's going to be this
We
one.
may have made a mistake at some point, but yeah.
It's got to be this one for 4.
Okay.
So I've got 3 left. Let's see what else comes out.
Oh, there it is again.
Big un.
Still one of your bases.
I don't know how many
I
bases
think
there
I'll
are.
have
Not
this one.
that
1,
many.
2,
Because I deployed them using a non-base.
3, 4.
And
So I'll have that one
a
as
Middle
well.
Eastern
And then
base.
let's see what the next one is.
Might be doubles.
Oh yeah, how do you?
So I had cards that could
You
double.
take one of my
So
bases from here.
that's why.
Yeah, because I had bases in Iceland and Saudi Arabia,
Yeah.
You did have a base in
and
Iceland.
yeah, and those tanks were from the just moving them on.
Okay,
Perfect.
we're all done.
Yeah.
So research turn is over. We get the aftermath. Return on investments.
You get a whole 3.
I get 12. So 10.
Sorry, Rob, can I just see how much money you've got? Because you got it stacked. I can't
Sorry,
see
20,
it.
40, 60, 80, 90, 100, and 14.
Okay.
Would you prosperity? now?
Prosperity. I do not have 5.
I'm going to pay 3. I get 3 points.
Okay. I'll pay
And I get
5
15 money.
to get 25 cash and 5 VPs. So yeah, recalculate that, Pete. Now I've got 110, 20, 30, 138.
Okay, everybody's increased prosperity except for me. Resolve threat. So, America loses 2 points. Here, Russia is military, so it's
Holds.
2 versus 2.
Yeah.
In fact, Russia wouldn't lose any points here.
It's only
Yeah, so you mean that uses points there?
We didn't do that wrong.
No,
did
no,
we?
I don't think so. He
You
hasn't got
put
3
one on,
points.
and you put them as a defence.
Yeah.
Right. Here, again,
They're
Russia is military focused, so it's 3, 3, and 3.
There,
Europe,
Europe loses, and Russia does.
I believe Russia loses 4 points.
Was
No.
No.
So, Russia's
He
got
loses
1.
2 points.
He
That's
loses
me.
2 points because
He has
me.
1 defence.
that's me.
Yeah,
Yes.
but he has 1 defence
Oh,
because
sorry,
of
yes.
his focus.
Sorry.
so
loses
he's
2
1
points,
defence
just two,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
protects against that. In Central Asia, I lose 2 points. Nothing here and nothing here because we're 2 versus 2.
Yeah, and neither was a military focus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the
That's-
only reason this is here to protect me from
Yeah,
these
that's the
points.
resolving the threat. We do not score the regions. We go to round 5.
Mm.
Everybody draws 6 cards. Reveal new country cards. Okay. We determine turn order. Choose where you want to go in turn order.
I think I'll go last again.
Oh, this is terrible. Oops. Well,
I'll go first. I know who's the next. It's
So,
you
with
next.
me. I'll go first.
I will go second.
Not your sugar.
I'll go first.
Oh, yeah, it's 4 now.
oh, well, I'm going to go second for a
Oh.
change.
no.
We mixed it up. Yeah.
Just to be different, just to confuse everybody who's watching. Right, now we produce primary resources. We get 2 of those. We get 4 of those. We get 4 of those. And I've no
1
trade
of
cards.
these, 2 of these, 3 of these.
And we're using primary resources. So that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Choose focus. I will go for a domestic focus.
So ready, couple of countries.
Just want to quickly check. So I ready 2 countries, which will be Turkey and I'll produce my Mexico.
So you can spend 8 money to increase any one of your productions by 1.
I will spend 8 money to improve my services, and then producing services.
Producing consumer goods and services.
Yeah. So I need 3. So I'm going to produce 3 of these, 3 services for 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to produce 2 of these. Now I'm going to produce 1 more service and then 1 consumer good.
Flips over any of your cards.
Oh, on the side of caution.
Your cards are already flipped.
Yep.
Right. I'm going to choose military focus. So I'm going to ready that one. And oh, hang on. You can only build a base. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. I'll flip that one and I'll flip that one. Okay. Then I am going to spend 8 2, 3. To increase my army production by 1, and then I'm going to produce 4 armies, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. For some of these ice cream buns. That's me done.
Ice cream.
Yep.
Me. I'm going to choose a. Yeah, I'll choose a diplomatic focus. So I get to ready for countries. So already Israel, Jordan, Canada, 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 and then yeah, I'll get Norway.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Russia.
Russia to choose focus.
Yeah, well,
Stay in military.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to pay 6 to increase your army production by 1?
nope.
And do you want to produce up to 4 armies?
Interesting question, actually. No, I'm not going to produce
Okay.
any armies.
Right. Off we go. Actions. America first.
Right, first things first, I'll draw a card from my hand and then trash a card. I'll trash that one. Then I think it is time to do some fun. I'm going to spend this card face down to activate my
what are you gonna
main UN funding contributor.
What does that do?
I can spend up to 30 cash. For every 10 I spend, I gain 3 influence. Diplomacy. Then I engage in a region, even though I don't have any allied countries from that region.
Okay.
So that jumps up to 9 because I'm spending 30.
Nice.
Oh, 3 for each one it jumps.
3.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, 10 cash to make it jump 3. I spend
Yeah.
30 cash to make it jump 9. I can then engage in a region, and the region I'm going to engage in is Europe,
Okay. So you get 2 points and put a cube on there.
which costs me that's 5. It costs me 5.
It's 5 diplomacy. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It gets me 2 points. There.
Okay. So the next cube that goes in there is going to
Pushes on there. Yeah.
that one out. But no cubes are worth points now.
Yeah.
All done?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got loads and loads and loads of resources, and I didn't manage to draw a trade card. Oh boy. So I'm going to play Prosperous Times. So I produce consumer goods, and I can produce up to 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I can increase my prosperity paying 1 of these less, or play another card from my hand. Well, that is interesting. I'd forgotten that. No, let's increase my prosperity for 1 less. So instead of it costing 5, it costs 4. And that gets me 6 points and 20 money. 6 points, 20 money. Done. Europe.
Nice. Cool. I'll go back and check and work it out, but I could have moved one of these rounds, but it's fine. So I will do an invest in an allied country. So I'm going to choose Jordan. No, I'll choose Canada first. So I spend 15.
15 money. Put a token above it. And get a cube in here.
Yeah. Which is just 2 points.
2 points. Russia.
do this. Improve relations and then engage
Okay.
in that country's region. So I think that's going to be when it's got a line through it.
I mean, you can't have it.
I can't have it.
You can't.
I can't have it at all.
Georgia
Okay.
will not talk to you.
Not even a
Same as
conversation.
my Michael and I can't
I'll
take
have
Belarus.
Vietnam, I think, and that cost me
2 diplomacy.
2.
Then you can engage in the region. Engaging in that region costs 5. You can reduce that by
3.
Okay.
So that cost me 2.
2 diplomacy. You pop a cube in there, and you get 3 points. There you go. We've got a third party in here. Right, back to America.
Okay.
Card number
I'm going to
2.
play a growth strategy, and I'm going to pay.
So you're on level 2 already, so you're now taking a level 3 card.
Yep. 1, 2, 2 diplomacy, and 1, 2, 3.
For diplomatic opening.
Yep. Whenever you improve relationships with the improvement in the game with another country. Yep. One of them, please.
That's 7 points.
Thank you. One level 3 card, please. Sorry, on the boarding card.
There you go.
Yep. That's already one off.
Well done.
Yes.
I'm going to improve my relationships with 2 countries on the board. So I've got 6 diplomacy. Let's have yeah. What do we want? What do we want? I mean, I've got 6. Let's just check to see if I'm doing another one of those. No, I'm not. Okay, so let's spend all 6, and let's have it's interesting. I'm looking at the icons down at the bottom now for what I can either sell or what I can import. So we'll take India for 3, and I'll take Canada for 3. So there's the 6 done.
Cool. Do you mind if I go through this? Because I completely skipped it because I haven't paid for anything or gone up on any of my things.
Okay, we're going to slight rewind. Yep.
Yeah.
So you did activate your card.
Yeah, I was doing my cards, but I didn't do the rest.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause it's still on 0. So and I haven't gained any money in any
Yeah.
way.
Apologies for that.
That's all right. I will pay the 6. So at 14 change.
Yep.
To go up on here.
Mhm.
And I'll pay the 15. So
you
basically
pay
paying
Put in
1
5
more.
and take 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 diplomacy.
Yeah.
Okay. And now it's your go. 5.
Sorry. Yes, thank you. Cool. Then I will do a return on investment. So I get 3 money for each FDI token I have.
15 money.
Yeah, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 money.
Yeah. And you can now invest in any allied country.
Yeah. So I'll spend 20 and I'll invest in Iran.
Yep. Of those, Iran is in the Middle East Africa, so 2 points. There you go. Okay. Russia.
Base in Vietnam. So I exhaust Vietnam. The base costs 5.
And then you can put up to 3
Oh, activated that. So it's
2, not 3.
Oh, sorry, it's that one, is it? Okay. So 15 money total if you wanted to put 2 tanks in. Oh. And he's military focused, so at the moment that's going to cause us both to lose. But no, not me, because I'm military focused as well.
And that's my go.
Did you get the points?
Oh, no, I didn't. 2.
You put the cube on, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, so 2 points.
you won't get 2 cubes in there. Is that because you've got? Where did your other cube from there come from?
Because I just engaged with.
I think he engaged
Oh,
earlier.
you engaged earlier,
Yeah.
did you? So that's fine.
Okay, right, turn 3.
Yeah. So I will play this card, Trade Opportunity, which is a play and then play another. Trade a resource type. You may either export or import, then I get to play another card.
Nice.
So I'm going to buy consumer services, and I will pay 20 to import 2 of them from Turkey, and then I'll pay 10 to import 1 from
These.
from the European Union. I'll then play my second action, or the action I'm going to play because it's play and then play, is get a growth card, and I will spend 4 of these and 15 cash to take the top one of that one, which is
Strategic
10
advantage.
points.
10 points, and once per round, after one action, you may perform an additional action.
Growth cards are strong. I've kind of ignored them. Might be too late.
Right. That's it. Back to you.
Me.
Yes.
Yeah, because I guess you've run out of being spaces, so your next option is those. Cool.
Of course, my last ones, then I can go for one of the really high scoring endgame ones, like the space program. Fun, fun, fun.
So I'm looking at this. So I'm going to play optimization program, produce any 2 resources. So I'm going to produce raw materials and then consumer goods by spending 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which flips this over because I probably forgot to flip it over earlier on. For 1, 2, 3, 4. And then get a growth card. So I will spend 10 money and a service to have industrial development. Hey! Finally, I've got one of these.
2.
Increase 2 of my productions. Yeah, 2 points and increase 2 of my productions by 1. Oof. Well, at this stage in the game, I don't rightly know. Let's have let's have that one and that one. Right, made up. Europe.
Hello. I would also like to return on some investment, so I get 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 18 money now.
Nice.
18 money, and then you can invest in a country.
Yeah, so I'm going to pay 20. The rest here.
Invest in Israel,
Yeah,
which gets you another cube in the Middle East,
yeah.
which gets you 1 point. That is now full.
It is full.
Russia.
Well, I'm going to build a base. Can I have some build a base? Bases.
Oh yeah, you got all the bases.
Marcus has been chewing them through.
All your base belong to us.
Nice.
Question is, where do I put it?
Well, it can go there, or it can go
I
there.
think it could go any because I can put it somewhere where there's already a base.
Okay, but not if it's exhausted.
Yeah.
You still got to follow the
So
same
you could put it there as well.
I think, yeah, I can put it there. So there. I think I'll put it here.
Cool. So 5 for the base, and you can send 1 army there for another 5. So 10 money. And that's in Europe, which is a cube.
Yep.
So it pushes.
For the first time you see this happen.
Yeah.
There's the
But
sign.
you don't get any points for that.
What happens to this one?
We burn. It just goes
It's
back,
just-
goes back to Marcus. It's just a token. It has no.
Can we set fire to it and jump up and down on it?
Yeah, we can do
Wow,
that later.
that's very mean. I don't know why you would do that.
It's a legacy game. Right, are we into our final turns?
Yes.
Final action turns for round 5.
Right. I should be one. Will play convincing arguments. I gain 1 influence, and I can then
Sweet.
improve.
It only
I'm not
really
actually
helps
into
out
the
America.
I improve relations with Switzerland, spending 1, 2, 3. So the Swiss boys come and say hi.
Yeah.
Then, because of my diplomatic,
That's off camera, but don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
it's just
Yeah.
Rob's got cards off camera.
as you just understand what space. I'm then going to utilize my diplomatic opening. Whenever I improve relations, I can then improve relations again. I'm going to use Switzerland's 3, losing the spare 2, to take Bosnia and Herzegovina, who come say hi. Then I'm going to activate my strategic advantage to take another action. Improve logistics, build a base in an allied country, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Pay only the cost
Base
for the
cost.
base. So that'll push 1 more cube off the top there, please.
Yeah.
And I'll deploy a tank to hit.
There you go.
Boom, boom, boom.
I wouldn't stand for that if I were you.
And I have no
Well, I
cards.
can't. Russia kind of forced it, so America's always going to win there now.
Yeah.
Because he went there, pushed me off, and like the thing. So, kind of king made in Europe.
No, I was going to do that anyway.
He was going to do that anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
So, I mean,
because I had
that
the
basically
Well, we're still going
just
to round.
forced it off. It's interesting.
Okay, so I have got 1 more turn left. And I am.
Yeah, my goal was only to tie in Europe with you to make sure I didn't get stuck.
Yeah,
So
I know.
I wouldn't have kept going.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah, it was like literally the Russia cube because it pushed the off, which meant that, like, yeah, math wise, you were
Can I
getting.
build a base? I mean, I can build a base. Central Asia, where Central Asia? It's up there. What's happening in terms of the threat at the moment? We've both got military focus, so we're tied there. I'm currently beating you there.
Yeah, I'm going to lose twice here.
Yeah, and
I'm
you're
gonna
going to lose
lose
here.
And Russia won't lose anything. Cause
I'm not going to lose anything there or there, so I'm currently okay. I'm
Yeah,
not losing.
I'm
any
taking a
points.
few hits, and then this is holding steady.
Yeah. So I think I will play growth strategy, and I will get a growth card, and I will spend 2 services and 15 money because I haven't got any diplomacy. So we will have reduced bureaucracy for 4 points. Once per round, you may draw a card from your deck, then trash a card from your hand, which I will. So once per round, I will draw a card from my deck, and then I will trash a card from my hand. Okay, that's me done.
Well, I'm going to play this face down.
Oh, are you doing one of your special
isn't it
cards?
me now?
It's
That's right.
it's the-
Oh, sorry,
it's
I think
the-
on.
yeah.
I'm going to engage in a region. I'm going to engage in Africa.
So Africa costs 3.
Yeah, it costs 2 because of this.
2 because your diplomacy focus.
So take one of
I'll
these.
keep on there 2 points. Nice. Just sneaking in.
A little bit. a little bit sneaky, sneaky.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Now, Pete, you're going to play a card face down.
Yeah, I'm still going to do that.
Okay.
That one.
Special card or just take 10 money? I'm guessing special card.
Yeah, special card. It's going to
Okay.
be this one. New energy markets. Choose any 2 regions.
Is that like new pork markets?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sending this truss to the other side of the world, hoping to come back. Choose any 2 regions. Trade using only those 2 regions. Allied countries and available countries on the board, counting each energy symbol twice. In each region in which you exported at least 4, add 1
Oh,
influence.
this is amazing because you've got so much energy surplus.
Right, well, I'm going to go for
Choose any
East
2
Asia
regions.
Pacific. It's
So-
going to be one of them.
Here and also
Another region which
oh, it's got to be only the available countries.
for my allies.
Oh, and allies. Okay, right. Depends where you want the cubes.
Well, it's going to be there.
So there's the first area. Second region.
Can be pretty much anywhere I like.
Good. Yeah, it depends where you want the cube.
But we're not scoring this round, are we?
We are not scoring this
Nah.
round, so
Where do I want the cube? Actually, that's no good to me. It could be Europe. It could be. I think it could be Europe. Yes, it could be Europe.
could be Europe because you could export
Yeah,
energy
Europe.
there and energy there.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Or it could be here.
Yep.
Which is also good. No, I'm going to go for Europe.
Okay.
So,
you can export 4 to here.
only 4.
Well, at least 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, double to 8.
Yeah.
But if you do,
I'll
then
send
you,
6 there.
Yeah, 6 there,
And I'll send 4 to Europe.
which you can do because there's 2 symbols there and 2 symbols there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've sold 10 energy, getting you 50 money. And you add an influence to each region because you've opened up new energy markets.
So that gets bumped. They go up.
Yeah. That goes on there and you get a point.
Way, I get a point. Look at me, catching up.
Right. Are we done? With
I think
4
so.
cards each. Rob to research.
I have no cards in hand.
Okay.
However, I am still going to spend 6 from these two. Take this explore alternatives and nothing else. Well, unless something amazing comes out. Ready an allied country on the board in the same region or engage in. I could actually. I still can. Ready an allied country. Then. I only spent 6 for that one. Yes, I think I'm going to also flip Mexico to take successful negotiations.
Nice.
Mexico's 3.
Yep, and I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's.
Oh, you had one as well. Right, okay.
Yeah, and you get the 2 extra from there, right?
Oh, yes. I must get those two. Yeah, I started to flip. Yeah.
Mhm.
Actually, I could not flip Mexico. Only flip
Iraq.
Iraq. And that's
Yeah.
7, 8, 9.
Okay.
I keep getting that.
I got 9
No
money.
problem.
I got 4 research. No bonus. So... Hmm. Four. I could flip some over for something better, like this one. Although this is the last. It's good. We're going into the last round of the game. So buying cards at the end is you don't bother, do you? There's no point in buying cards at the end. I don't think it does anything. I'm just going to use the 4 to take this, I think. Arg. I don't know what I want to do as the last turn of the game. Yeah, I'm just going to buy that. There you go. Done.
Cool.
Discard your cards and reveal your...
Thank you. These are discarded. Get out of here. I get 7 money.
For research.
So money for research. Is there anything that allows me to reset?
This.
Yes.
Exhaust one of your allied countries and then reset one of your temporary influence in that region.
Okay.
I think that one does as well, doesn't it?
That's also got the word reset on it.
And this one. But yes.
Oh, there
there's
we go.
4 of them. That one, that one, that one, that one.
Not these two.
Yeah, everything but those two has.
Cool. Okay, so look at the red one.
So remember, when you move,
And the orange.
armies, you can move from here to the map, or you can move them around on the map. It still costs you 5.
You can only move where you have somewhere, right?
Either where your icon is on the board,
Or you have a
or
military
you have a
base.
military base.
Yeah. Okie doke. So I'm going to take a military exercise for 4.
Yep.
I might take that one a second. All right. So 3-4. So that's taken.
Okay. Economic expansion has come out, costing 7. Did you want another one?
Trade using only the regions. I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll take that one.
Okay, Pete. What cards have you got left in your hand?
16 money.
16 money and 8 research. Wow. They're good cards.
Right, what have I got available?
I can pass them to you if you want to have a look.
I think I'll have these 2.
For 11. So you got 8 from your cards, and you need 3 more. And then that goes. Right. Aftermath. Return on investments.
3.
How much money do you get, Marcus?
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 18,
21.
19, 20, 21.
Increased prosperity. Yes.
On over here.
Can you pass me a 1, please?
Look at some ones. You want a 1?
No, no, it's fine. Just Marcus. We'll keep it okay if we need them.
So yeah, I've spent 6 consumer goods. I go to there.
Well, I couldn't quite make it.
7 points and 25 cash. Okay. Anybody else increasing their prosperity?
No, only have 4.
Brett.
6.
America loses 2 points. This tank's done a cracking job.
Yeah, it has.
Someone to dig it out.
Here, Europe has got 2. Russia has got
2.
2.
Dead tie.
Here,
That's a dead tie for
it's
everyone.
still a dead tie again.
Dead tie.
Here,
Dead tie.
it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here, it's a tie because you've got 2, I've got 2.
Yep. America loses.
Here, America loses 4 because we've both got 3, so America loses 4 points. Right, and we do not score the regions, and we go into the final
The
round of the
final
game.
round.
Yeah, we're here. 1,
6 cards. 1.
3, 4,
Hey, everyone.
5,
We did it.
Did it?
We did
So
it.
one more turn to get through.
Yeah, the final scoring is going to be. You're outscoring me in the final scoring.
I think so,
You are
yeah.
quite
But I
right.
haven't got any growth. I think, yeah, Rob could spark off with the 18.
He could.
And like where it goes. So yeah, it's going to be close.
Yeah, real country cards.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Do I put that one on there?
It is.
I don't
A
know.
little bit across to the right. I think it then just does that.
Let's see what the rules say when the deck runs out because we've not had that happen yet. So the rule book says in each region take the top card from the left pile and move it to the top of the right pile. If you end up placing the last card from the left to the right, move the single pile that you now have to the left
Yep.
and place the top card to the right.
We just cycle it through.
Yeah.
There we are.
Okay, that's what the rule book says.
Yep.
So we have done the new country cards. We determined turn order. Russia, where would you like to go?
Last, please.
America.
Okay. I will
Do we draw cards first, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
draw
yeah.
your hand first.
So I get 3 from here. Shoot the
I will go second to last. Third position, please.
Europe.
I'll go second, please.
Oh, I'm going first. Right. Produce primary resources. 2 of them. Get 4 of them.
Quality in this game is very good.
It's combination.
As a choice, I mean, as a choice, like as a
I think
decision.
first and last are the 2 best positions.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody produce primary resources.
Yes.
No,
So
one of
2,
these.
1, 2,
2 of those.
2.
And then I'm going to choose my focus.
1, 2, 3 of those.
Well, that is interesting. That is very interesting. My deck is too big. Didn't draw a trade card. Oh, but I have that. Okay. I might be okay. I might get a trade card. Oh. Okay, right. I've also not got any diplomacy. So. That's so much food. But if I can't trade, I can't get rid of it. That is interesting.
You get to choose
isn't
one
it?
of these now, right?
I do. And I'm looking at what the heck I'm going to do. So I'm going to have to choose diplomatic focus. So I'm going to ready 4 country cards, which is going to be that one. Oh, this might be all of them. 2, 3, 4. It is. Then I'm going to spend 7 to increase. Increase my production of that, and then I spend 12 to get 4 of that. So effectively, it cost me 19. Right, that is my focus done. Marcus, you get to choose focus.
Yeah, so I think my focus is going to be diplomatic. So I flip over 4 countries. So that's going to be this, 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 and this. No. Do this. Then I'll remember to do everything. So I'll pay. I can't. Yeah, it's already up to 5. Don't have to worry about that. I'll pay 15. I get 5. Cool.
That was EU. That's me.
Yep.
I'm going to go to military focus.
Uh-oh.
Ready 3 country cards. 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to bother producing my tank production because I only have 3 food, so there's no need. And then it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 more tanks.
And Russia. Are you going to change from military?
Staying
He's
military.
not. Right. Okay. Well, that changes the situation. There, and there.
Readying 2 countries. I'll have that one. And that.
While you're thinking, I'm going to do this now because. Oh. Yeah, rubbish. Then trash a card from your hand. I mean, I might as well. Such an amazing card. But. Investing gets a cube, doesn't it? Yeah, investing and engaging and building a base all get cubes.
Yeah, it should.
I'm gonna trash that card that I bought, the really good one. Right, so first action round.
Yeah.
Me.
Yes.
Uh,
Once I'm not going first. Not sure I can handle this.
no. So I'm going to engage in a region. Yep. So where do we want to engage in? The problem is I'm vulnerable to losing cubes in places. Well, let's engage in South Asia. Why not? So it costs 4, but I'm going to flip India and spend one of those to put that in there, getting 1 point. That's my action done. Start easy.
So I'm going to re-examine agreement. So I'm going to get into some negotiation talks with Iran. And I'm going to reset this.
So just exhaust one of your
So exhaust one of your ally countries and set one of your temporary influence in that region.
Yeah.
Then play another card from your hand. So I'm resetting
so
this.
that goes to the end.
Yeah.
And then you play another card.
I get to play another card.
That's nice. Okay.
It is pretty good. And then I will lay this face down
Ooh.
to do this.
Oh. Right. What is your super card?
So, EU neighbourhood policy.
Yeah. So like neighbourhood watch.
Yeah.
You tell on your neighbours if they don't put the rubbish out on a Tuesday night.
Indeed. Engage in Europe, Middle East, North Africa, or Central Asia, and you may then pay 20 and engage in one of the other 2 regions as well.
Okay. So 2 engages, but cost you 20 money.
Yes.
To engage.
So I'm going to do an engage with Europe.
Cost 5.
Yeah. Cost me 4
4.
because I have diplomatic focus.
Yeah. Have a
So that
cube.
goes there.
And then you can pay 20 if you want to
Which I will.
do an engage in another of those 3 regions. Is that
Yeah.
right?
So I'll do Central Asia.
Yeah.
Because I don't have enough here. Because yeah.
So 3. So cube for a point.
Oh, and 2 points.
Okay. And that's that special card done.
Yeah.
Right. America.
Yep, so first things first, I'm activating the reduced bureaucracy to draw a card and then burn a card. I'll purge that card from my deck. Then I'm going to play Explore Alternatives, draw 2 cards, play a card. And I'm going to play Explore Alternatives, draw 2 cards, play a card. Then I'm going to play Initiate Restructuring, draw 3 cards, trash a card, play a card. That's my deck cycled. Right, let me just look what I've got to play with now. I will trash a card, which will be to trash invest in an allied country. So I then play a card. The card I'm going to play is right. Well laid plans. I draw a card, which means I have to cycle my deck again. Then I build a base in Japan. So that's going to cost me 20.
Do we get another reduction again before we do
I believe we did.
this?
No,
I guess not.
No.
It is what it is now.
20 because you're putting 3 tanks in.
Because I have, well, no, I don't have to the full.
So 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah, I'm only going to put in an extra 1, I think, for now. So
Okay.
I'll take 10 back.
You put a cube on, which knocks that out.
Yep.
Ooh.
Okay, so I think, yeah, that was 1 turn. So
Is that it? You done?
yep,
Right. Russia. First turn of the last round.
Suddenly everything's getting really tight,
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
but I'm so far behind that I shouldn't really be holding up the game. I think what I need to do is I'll play well-laid plans. I'll draw a card and then build a base in an allied country.
Where do you want to build a base? Either be Armenia or Venezuela. The only two
I think it will be
ready
Venezuela.
countries. Yep.
So I flip that over.
5 for the base, and then how many tanks do you want to send there?
Another 10. And 2 tanks.
Two
into
down here.
Venezuela.
Getting you a cube on here,
Cube.
getting you 1 point.
I think that's my go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to
Back
me.
to China.
I'm going to play foreign direct investment. I'm going to spend 20 money. I'm going to invest in Pakistan, which gets me a cube in here. 3 points. Done. Quick turns.
Cool. Return on investment. So I'm going to get 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16,
21.
18, 19, 20, 21.
21 money.
Then I'm going to spend 15 of it. Flip this over.
That's in here again as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that knocks that out.
Sorry, my American
Look
allies.
at that. Wow. All done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, America.
America. I think I am going to go with.
Still only my second action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Two
going to
actions
play
left.
tap into new markets. I'm going to improve relations with the country on the board, which is going to be Chile.
Mhm.
Using Mexico.
Mexico to talk to Chile.
Yeah. I'm then going to utilize Chile's ability, use my ability to, whenever I improve relations, do it again, to flip Chile to take Honduras.
Right.
I can then trade. So,
Okay. Right.
the question.
What I might do at this point is I might actually just zoom out the camera a little bit because Rob's got so many things.
Okay. So, I could hold on for 6 VP. Is money worth anything at the end?
I think it's just for this, right?
Yeah.
That'll be anything
Increase
else as well.
prosperity. So I think I'm going to make more by. Same amount by selling it now. I'm going to
There
sell
we go.
4 of my consumer goods for 60 cash.
Yeah.
To, well, I've got so many customers. That's,
We've zoomed out a little bit, Rob, so if you can bring your cards on screen somehow.
they're sort of tracking round the side here.
We don't really need those.
Okay, I need that one. Yeah, but okay. That's what you mean. Yeah. Slide this down. Okay, Europe, Switzerland. You're Europe. You're I'm gonna put the race on them just to keep them out of the way if they don't get mixed up.
Yeah.
Middle East, South America, and Asia. Right. Then
Okay.
I'm going to sell, I believe, 3 oil for another 15. Boom, boom, boom. Right. Buying. What was I going to buy? Or do I just need the money? I think I just need the money. Yes, it was just the money. So, yep, that was it. Prove relations twice. Sold.
Done. Okay.
Done.
Sure.
Okay. Initiate restructuring. 3 cards.
You may trash a card from your hand. Oh, to play another card.
Yeah, you have
Okay,
to track
so-
it to get
yeah.
the player. Flipping food. What are you thinking, Russia?
Right, well, I'm going to trash growth strategy.
Played.
Play another one. Already, I'll play key economic partner.
Yep.
Ready.
Ready an allied country. And then invest in that country. So where do you want to put a cube? If you put a cube there, it's actually going to knock out your own cube.
No, I'm going to do this one. Ready, and then invest in it.
Do
So that's 15.
15 to add a cube to here, which knocks that out. Shocking, tell you.
I guess you don't get the points.
You don't get the points.
Yeah,
for the
for the shoving.
That's my go.
Okay, back to me. I am going to ready an allied country. Yeah, you see, I was going to do something. Then improve relations with the country on the board in the same region or engage in that region. Okay, so I'll ready an allied country. I am then going to engage in that region, which is going to cost 4, but I'm going to reduce that cost by 3. Oh, and I've got a diplomatic focus as well, so it's actually free. I'll put a cube on there, and I get 2 points. That's me done.
Cool. I'm just going to do a return on investment. Again, 3 for each federal token on your allied, but I have nowhere to invest. So I just get 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
24 money. But you can't invest in anywhere. Because you've invested in all of them.
I haven't invested in
but it's
Jordan,
exhausted.
but I think a couple of things have been moved around. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I'm sure
What's
you've invested
going
in
on?
Jordan at some
Yeah, I
point.
think I have invested in Jordan at some point. I think they're all done. But
Okay. All done?
yeah.
America.
Yes, I'm going to
Penultimate
play. Yep, improved logistics. I build a base in an allied country, Honduras. I only pay the cost of the base.
That's down here, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, look at this. Shocking. Been completely knocked out.
The rest of it is free. Okay.
All done?
Yeah, also I place that to show that build a base.
Yeah, and you have to put a tank in, which you did.
I'm done. Yep.
Right. Russia.
Okay. In that case, I'll build a base in Venezuela.
Oh, can I just put that there?
Yeah, of course you can.
I made a mistake.
Flip that.
I've only got 1 turn left, not 2.
Yeah, you're fine.
Put that there.
No, I certainly can't
Cost
say no.
And spend 15 to put 2 tanks in here. And that goes there, knocking that one out on there.
There was like 3 red cubes in here earlier.
Yeah.
That's
Right, so my final move of the game is military reinforcements,
choose not to produce any tanks.
gain a tank, and move 2 of them, which cost me 10 money. Right, so, peoples, where are these going? At the moment, you're defending against me, because you've got 2 and I've got 1. If I was to put another one in there, you're still defending against me.
Yep.
So,
Yes, because you're on military mode.
so the only thing, so I'm losing points here to America, and if I put 2 in there, I'm not losing, I'm currently losing points to both of you in there. So that's bad. That is bad. Yeah, because you've got military focus for the last move, which is interesting. Very interesting. So let's.
You say interesting. I say as a NATO member, respectful.
I'm going to put them in there. There you go. That is it. That's all of my actions done. I didn't use my second special ability, so we are finished.
Me, some military reinforcements. I get a tank.
Same as what I've just done.
And then I get to move 2, so I spend 10.
Yeah, where are they going?
Where are they going? That's very important. I am going to
Who do you
go
want to take points off?
here. Well, I can't take points off Rob, so
No, that's
because
true.
we're NATO. So
And can you take points off me?
what's that?
Can you take points
No,
off
I
me?
can't take points off you. So I'm just going to reinforce just in case more tanks come in. Basically, I'll go here. I'll go.
Okay.
Right, America.
Yes, I think best course of action.
Yeah, not drawing a trade card on the last turn. All this stuff.
Yeah, I think that's why you can do a bit of programming, right? Because you can try to find a trade card, put it on top.
My deck's too big and I've only got 3 trade
Yeah.
cards in there and I just didn't get them.
That's why it comes programming on the end.
There you go, there's the 3 trade cards.
Unless you've got those where you can trash cards and burn
Yeah,
through
I
your
didn't
deck.
have any cycling of cards. I got the growth to it too late.
Yeah, there definitely is a cocoon of a game where you go through like a metamorphosis of gameplay.
That's not gonna
No cubes, no cubes, no cubes.
Yeah, you got pushed out by the end.
Yeah.
That's why these
What
unfortunate.
if I
I
do
should
you
have
mind,
gone
do you mind if I
here.
just do that?
Yeah.
That wouldn't change your move,
Well,
would
it
it?
changes everything. I think we should restart.
Well, you've not. You restart.
Yeah, mate.
Another 4 hours.
I just need to carefully consider my final turn.
Don't think too long.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, done. Okay, cool. We're going ensure peace in the region. I'm going to engage a region,
Mhm.
which is going to be Europe.
So it costs you 5.
Yep, with a discount of 3, because I get a discount for 1 for every allied country in the same region.
Okay.
And I spend Switzerland to trigger it.
So it's 3.
Yep.
That goes off.
That goes on.
That goes on.
And then I'm activating this to do a second action.
Oh, yes.
And my
Yeah.
second action is to activate the US Navy.
Aha. So what does this do?
So I choose up to 2 regions other than Central Asia where I already have tanks. I move 2 tanks to each of them, even if I don't have a base there, paying 15 cash per tank moved. Then add 1 influence to those regions.
Oh, Navy!
60 cash.
Navy!
So choose up to 2 regions other than Central Asia.
Yep.
Where you already have armies.
Yep. So
Where you're choosing.
1 is going to be
Yeah.
Yeah. Move 2 to each of them, even if you don't have a base there.
Yep.
Paying 15 per move. I'm assuming that's instead of the 5.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
extra
yeah,
because it's
yeah.
just dropping them across. The
And then
board.
add 1 influence to those regions.
Yep.
Yes.
So you can only do it twice, right?
Is it up?
15 per 1 move.
Yeah, is it up to 2 or
It's move 2.
okay?
Doesn't
So
say
you-
up to 2.
So you can't do that one then.
Let's move 2 from there, 1 from there, 1 from there. Doesn't say from the same place.
Oh, can you move from the board
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
It was moved from the board.
So that pushes blue cube there
But that costs you 60.
and blue cube there.
Yeah, so that pushes off.
Well, that pushes myself out, but
Yeah.
it resets things to a point where, yeah,
Nice.
Yep.
That is the last move of the game for America.
it was expensive, but
Right, Russia, final turn of the game.
Okay. Does money get you anything at the end?
Yep, because we score this.
Oh, yes, of course. How much money have you got, Ron?
not that much actually, only 40, 20, 30, 40, 54. That cost me a lot.
Yeah, and you haven't got any prosperity. No, you do
I've
have
been
prosperity.
yeah, I haven't been going up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Build,
not that.
build a base in an allied country. There's only one place I could build it, which is going to be kind of a build a base thing.
Yes.
That's going to cost you 10
It's
money.
going to cost me 10 money.
Is that Africa?
Central Asia.
No, Central Asia.
Oh,
So
it's over
it
there. Yeah.
kicks off your own.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Because you may place a permanent influence.
Ah,
even
right,
if There
okay.
is no available slot, so I'm going to put that in.
Yeah, sweet. Well
Nice.
done.
That is it.
Right. So the rulebook currently doesn't say that you skip the research in the last round of the game.
No reason.
But I
Doesn't
think
doing
it
that?
should, because I don't think there's a reason. There is a reason for revealing your cards and getting
Give them
what's
money.
printed on them, but we're going to skip the buying of cards at the end of the game.
I get 6 basically.
17 and a tank.
Apologies if that's wrong, but I don't think gaining an
I can't see
extra
anything, but it doesn't mean there isn't something we haven't
card-
noticed.
you just built the base, didn't you? So there should be a tank here. which is unfortunate for me. You paid for it, yeah, because that's why I put 2 in there, is to get the.
You have to pay the 5 money, right, to move it?
I've done
did.
that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, so
Return on investment.
aftermath, return on investments.
1-3.
Are you still getting return on investment?
Yeah, we still do
Oh,
that.
yeah. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 3, 18, 9, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Increase prosperity. Anybody able to do it?
No.
No.
Right. Resolve threat. What a mess. So in here, America is the only one.
Did that get pushed off? Is that
Yeah.
what it's saying?
Yeah.
America is the only one who is vulnerable, and he loses 2 points from Russia.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I
So-
lose nothing from China. So
So America loses 2 points.
Yep.
Right. Africa. The
Tied.
EU is the only one that's bothered, and it's currently tied, so you don't lose anything. In Middle East, you 3 are all interested. So Russia's got 3, Europe's got 4. So Russia loses 2 points.
and America's got 4.
And America's got 4, so Russia loses another 2 points.
Yep.
In Europe, it's you 3 again.
Same again.
Same again.
Three,
Russia
four.
loses 4 points. In Asia, China loses 2 points because Russia's military focused. Nothing in here. And in here,
China loses
China
four.
loses.
China loses
2
2
points.
Russia's,
Russia doesn't, because Russia's not there.
Oh, Russia
Not-
doesn't care. Sorry, yeah. China loses
China
2.
loses 2. Right, that's that. Resolving the threat. Now we score the regions. So first of all, let's score for the Americas. It's blue gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 11. 11 points to blue
70.
and 7 points to white.
11 points to white.
And that's it. Nobody else is in there. In Africa, it is going to score. Yellow is going to get 10.
points.
And then
White.
white is second because of the tiebreaker, which is 4. And then
5.
2. Sorry, 5.
Yep.
And then
46.
3 for China. Right. In the Middle East, yellow's definitely got the most. So it gets 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 points. Which is
101.
91.
18. 93 is 100. Or did you? Was you over here?
No, it was on 83.
Yes. 83 plus 18 is 101. Not 90.
Oh, sorry, 101, not 91. White is second.
Yep.
So 9 points.
9. 5.
You're tied, but you've got the most tanks.
Yep.
So you get 4.
5.
5. Right. Up here, America's got the most.
Yep.
And gets 14 points.
14
Yep.
for me. 89.
Second is Europe, which gets 10. And then third is Russia with 3, 4, 5. Right, South Asia. It's all about me. So I get 13.
Also 13. Yeah.
13. 1, 2, 3, 18. And that's it. Up here, white has 4 cubes, so it gets the 8 points plus 4, so 12 points for Russia,
72.
7 points for China,
2 points. 3 points.
3 points for Europe. And then over here, he definitely scores. Blue's got the most, so it gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 14 points. So 14. Second is white for 9. 1, and third is red for 3. Okay, now we do these scoring ones. So, number of countries, which I think America's got because
Yeah.
you were influencing
1,
so many.
2, 3, 4.
I've got
5,
9.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12.
10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Slow it
Okay,
down.
so 7 points for blue.
Yeah.
You were next, I believe, Pete.
Yeah.
4. And I get 2. Money. 27.
20, 30, 50, 60, 70, 75.
106.
74.
Okay, so Russia's got the most, gets 5
Five.
points.
I get 3.
I get
1.
1.
And then number of tanks on the board. I think Russia's got this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh,
6,
maybe
7,
not.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
3 share.
Yep.
So you both get.
2,
3
4,
points.
6, 8, 10, 12, and 2, 4.
So you both share
So you
3.
both get 3.
And then I get 1.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
You get
6,
one.
7, 8, 9.
And now, final scoring for America.
Yep.
You are in
I am
1,
dominating.
2, 3. You're
So
one
I
short.
lose 2 points.
And that's it. I believe, just check the rules. China scores 15 bonus points.
Right.
Yeah, nice try.
Yeah.
It's a special rule.
Yeah. Special rule.
Yeah.
You just get 15
special
more.
rule.
Russia
Just-
doubles his point.
Just been added in.
Russia doubles.
Just been added in. I think that is it. I think that is final score. I tell you what, Pete, you caught up a lot at the end,
Yeah.
considering how far you were
I think-
behind.
We might have maybe hit a couple of points off that you shouldn't have as well. Maybe. I think we did it right, but we'll go back.
Who
and see,
knows?
so who knows?
It's late. It's a Friday night.
There's a lot of micro stuff.
There's a lot going on, and this is our first full game of it. So
Yeah.
apologies if we did make any mistakes in the
I might have
calculations.
moved a couple of these around, but
But hopefully you got a good idea of how this plays. Now, we've been at it for about 4 hours. We said earlier on, 4 hours for your first game with
Yeah.
4 players is probably about right. I reckon we could get this down to 3.
yeah, I think so. There was
Yeah.
an explanation at the beginning and a few
There was a
like,
lot of
chats.
explanation. And I think a lot of the actions, once you get used to them, are
Much
I'm going to
better.
improve my relations. I'm going to choose that country. It's going to cost me 3. I'll flip that over for 1. It cost me 2. Done.
Yeah.
You'll go. And you're only going to take 24 turns in the game, unless you do shenanigans.
Yeah, unless you
I was-
chain.
Yeah.
But it's the growth chain though, right? Which is cool.
Getting those is frustrating.
Yeah.
Well, what's interesting is that America can produce a lot of services.
Mm.
So whenever you choose domestic focus, you can produce services. Services are what's needed for those cards.
Yep.
You got up to level 4. You
Annoyingly,
didn't quite get to
the
level
next
5.
card I was going to draw was the one I needed to get
Right.
the space program and get 18 more points.
So they got the White House on it as well.
Yeah.
Beautiful freedom.
I kind of decided early on that I wasn't going to do them, but then I ended up with 3 services, and I'm like, well, that's what they're for.
I mean, using
I apologize for the reactionary beating, but
Well,
yeah.
I've lost track of who started it.
well,
Pete started.
I think
Pete started it,
Pete-
and I had to
I
respond.
put 1 tank into
What?
Africa.
Well, the trouble is, as soon as you put 1 tank in, that's then damaging
That's
itself.
minus
Yeah.
2 points off. But
Yeah,
what's
so-
really interesting is that round 1 of the game, it all kicked off in the Middle East.
Yeah,
And then for the next 3 rounds, there were no more tanks added to it. It's stable.
We stabled until then. There was another move or another move round or something, and
Yeah.
then we had to,
Yeah.
which is fine, and like, that was good. I was worried if it was just going to escalate and escalate and escalate.
But then
But
you
it
have a
didn't.
limit of you have a hard limit of tanks. I mean,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
I had
yeah.
more
Yeah.
available. Anyway, let's wrap things up.
Yeah.
It's been a good day. We've been playing this all day.
Mhm.
Learned it and then played a full game tonight.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for you 3 for joining us. Thank you
Yeah,
to everybody
you're
for
welcome.
watching. And just as I mentioned at the start, this is a sponsored video. So although we've just had a bit of a discussion about it, we're not going to give you our opinions or thoughts on the game. We're just here to provide you with information, show you how the game plays, and help you make a decision about whether it's the kind of game that you enjoy. If you've liked the video, give the video a thumbs up, leave me a comment in the description. And yeah, if you do back the game and this helps you learn how to play, then great. And a big thank you to Hegemonic Games for sponsoring the video. And that's everything. We're all done. Thank you again to you 3.
No,
we will
thank
see
you.
you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.